Friday night fix is ready, here we go. Watch me scramble to complete a 3-hour show. We'll talk about knives and what's on your mind. Never know what will come up this time. We vibe and we chill, including spirited debate, but we do it with love and never with hate. Talk about knives and what's on your mind. Never know what will come up this time. We vibe and we chill, including spirited debate, but we do it with love and never with hate. We vibe and we chill, including spirited debate, but we do it with love and never with hate. Friday night fix is ready, here we go. Watch me scramble to complete a 3-hour show. I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a Friday night flick and you know it's going down. Get your friends and your knives and let's have a good time. Got that play, click, clacking and I'm ready to go. Gotta check the homie Groove on to see what knives he's got.
I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube. It's Friday, I can't believe we made it. It's Friday.
I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube. Ooh. It's a Friday night flick and you know it's going down. Get your friends and your knives and let's have a good time. Got that blade click clacking and I'm ready to go. Gotta check the homie Groove on to see what knives he's got. Ooh. Gotta check the homie Groove on to see what knives he's got.
Oh, I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube. It's Friday, I can't believe we made it. It's Friday. Lights go dark, the stream comes on. Javon's here, the vibe is strong. Click and clack, the steel in sight. Every edge sharp in Friday night.
Night flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide.
The craft with steady flow, steel and story you'll wanna know. Flick of the wrist, how smooth it goes. Every frame a master show.
Night flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide.
Cause we only had a little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna wanna make it. Are you high on cigarettes? Let's watch Javon's weirdness and get high on cigarettes.
watch Siobhan's witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Siobhan's witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Siobhan's witness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? 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 He don't smoke 'em, but he loves it when you do. That's why he's high on cigarettes. And if you find him, you should light him up a few. He's getting high on cigarettes. Let's watch Siobhan's witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Siobhan's witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Siobhan's witness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Siobhan's witness and get high on cigarettes.
What is going on, kids? Welcome to Friday Night Flicks. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope the sound is good. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. I am starting at the top of the chat. I'm going to have to start it with a hug because Brother Angelo came in before the stream started and became a channel member. Brother Angelo, thank you, my friend. And Sundays at 4 o'clock, stop by. Say hi. All you got to do. But I appreciate you, man. My sound sounds really weird, so y'all tell me if it sounds really weird there or if it sounds normal and it's just my headphones. Thank you, brother. Ron Ellis, what is up, man? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I sound like I'm in a submarine. I think it's these earbuds. Be Shady, what is up? I'm starting at the bottom. I'm going to start at the top. Hold on. Let me start at the top. That way I can get down real quick. Marco, yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What is up, brother? Projectiles are sharp. Hey, man, what is up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Saying hey to Marco. Neil McKenzie, channel member, is in the house. Good to see you, brother. The Roman gnome himself, my brother, Richard Hopkins. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Joe Isabella is in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Come on back. I just responded to Instagram comments for the first time in good. There's still a pile of food over there. Puck just walked by looking for food. But I don't respond to Instagram comments. But I do respond to them much better than YouTube. I started to work through my YouTube comments. That's a whole nother issue. But I just responded to one of Joe Isabella's, and it was funny. I can't remember what I said because I was going through. That's why I was late. I was sitting over there trying to just go through and heart or respond. It's struggle's real, people. Ron Ellis, the channel member, is in the house, and Ron Ellis, the channel member, has a link, but he's always busy or he's bored with us and he doesn't want to hang out. I get it. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Paul Mills, what is up, brother? Channel member. Y'all all give me huge support and love, and I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. EDC KO10 is in the house. Channel member, what is up? Guys, I'll come up with something cool for Sunday at 4. And the way that works, channel members, if you're new, you don't have to stay for the live. You just have to pop in and drop the secret word in the chat. That's all that it is. It's a thank you for you guys. Mrs. Kathleen Smith is in the house. What's up, sister? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We do have a special guest later tonight and that's why I've got the gripper on the table. Brother Peter at A Therapeutic Edge is going to be the first to show off the prototype of the Gripper V2. But what we're going to do here in just a second is we're going to go to a website where the 3V version is already up on the site. It's got a zero price. You can't purchase it yet. But my understanding is the time is very, very close to these knives, the Gripper V2, long-awaited Gripper V2. Not as big as a Gripper V1, but it's chunky. It's a chunky monkey. It's not as small as a Tripper. It does have the coffin hole, unlike the V1. But Jason's going to join us and show some off and talk about his OEM, his plans, show off some of his killer fixies. I hate my iPhone, the way it does its little autofocus thing. It does that when I'm doing reels on Instagram too. Since I've got it in a tripod, when I do my YouTube videos, it doesn't seem to do it. Sometimes my hand will throw it off, but I can just go up and down and it'll just jack up the whole. I'm sure it's a setting I haven't. I don't know if y'all have checked out the Gripper. This is one of the first fear of missing out knives I had to get, and it's lays right on Tri-State's shoulders. He influenced me in a big way by showing this knife off. But again, just like anything else, I would have not known about it. I thank him for that because it is a killer knife. Multi-deployments. Just a banger. Anyway, Jason will be on, and I hope everybody has questions for him or comes up with questions for him as he joins us. He's always a great guest, very sharp, and we might have some regulars stop by. We may have some strangers stop by. There's really no telling. Chito Bandito is in the house. What's up? What is up, brother? Y'all tell me, Cheeto would be a good one to know. Is YouTube making everybody in chats? Because I don't chat a lot in lives. When I do, like in Stevie's live, I always see Javon's Knife Flicks. But I think my handle is something like J. Evans Knife Addict Life or something weird like that. I don't know. I know that the names look a little different to me. Some of them do, some of them don't. And I didn't know if it was, you hear rumblings on, some of the streams I'll watch that are not knife streams, that they talk about YouTube using handles because they're trying to cut down on multiple accounts. I don't know why. I think YouTube would want more accounts. More the merrier, right? Hey, Shady, what's up? One of my favorite Instagram posters, and we will go to Instagram and play around over there tonight. That's one of our destinations. Because I really don't have a show, I feel like the least I can do is take y'all on a tour of, we can discover stuff together. Because unlike my older knife, Puck's about to walk over the soundboard. Puck, what have you hit? Oh, sorry. Puck hit a button. Actually, that's a pretty cool button to hit. D Congo, what is up? Good to see you, brother. Welcome into the house. So I think we're going to have fun tonight. I think it'll be a good night if y'all want to hang around. I hope you do. I always encourage everybody talk amongst yourselves. Say whatever you want to say as long as you're thoughtful to each other. It's always like, that's why I say debate, not hate, right? Do it with love. You can have, and it's not going to be I'm not saying it's going to be a night that devolves into controversial subjects. I don't think it will. However, sometimes people say stuff, and I don't want anybody to ever take things personally. I don't want the guests I don't think they direct anything personally, but I like it to be kind of an open forum, as long as it's not something that's going to get me banned, because I've got a lot of mods. All of y'all are mods, and I will zap people. Never had to. Homer Felites, channel member, what is up, brother? That's exactly where we're going to go later, Marco. You are the man, channel member. Appreciate it, dude. I've got it pulled up. We might as well go look at it here in just a second. I'm going to click on your link because I was just on their homepage. North Mountain Blades, which is very ironic because I discovered them through my buddy A to Z EDC. That's before I heard that they were going to be OEMing the Dwyer. So my buddy got very infatuated with the chops series of this company's knife. This is the Dwyer. Got a weird name, BBNM. The Dwyer BBNM. And they have this in several different, I say several, probably 15 different configurations. I wish, because I traded my buddy A to Z for his Dwyer because he didn't really like it. He's not a Strider fan. And this is very similar to a Strider. Dwyer was half a Strider at one time before I was in the game. But this has been an awesome knife. I wish he had got any other finish because this frag, it's double titanium frag, which is great, but it is a pocket shredder. It is in an SLD Magic San Mai. And I've been watching, they've gotten very active on Instagram, the president, and he talks a lot on his Instagram reels about what they do and how they do it. I learned when I did a review on my buddy, I'll back up. My buddy A to Z has bought probably 5 knives from them, all in the chop series, the chop plus kickstop, a regular chop. He lost that chop and he bought another one because they're $130 for a titanium liner lock that has either ivory, simulated ivory, desert ironwood, or many other handles. It's a great Tonto knife. These guys are priced very reasonably. I think this knife retails somewhere around $280. We'll look at it. And it's on the, that's when you have a collaborative effort. It's, Striders are going to run you, if it was double titanium, you're probably looking at $900 at least. So it's just a good way to get a legitimately licensed product. But I was devolving. I'm squirrel braining, and I apologize for that. But on their site, I started reading about the Chop Plus with the kickstop, the Lee Williams kickstop. And they always give credit. They don't say it's our kickstop. They say this knife is a Lee Williams kickstop in the title. Everything that they do seems to be top of board, but it's also the Chop Plus. So it's a bigger chop. And they talk about they've been making knives in China for 8 years, but they've only been in the American market for 1 year. And it's kind of a candid post on their website, part of when you're reading about their about section or when you're reading about that knife. They said one of the things that they learned in that year was Americans have bigger hands and like bigger knives. So that's why they made the Chop Plus. But I want to find out from Jason how he heard about North Mountain Blades, how they came together, because I know the Gripper V1 was a Best Tech OEM project. And, I don't know about you guys. I haven't seen enough knives lately. I don't know how hard it is to work with some of these different OEMs. So I'm just curious how all that came to be. I think it's really cool. Paul Might, another one of my favorite Instagram posters, has the coolest shit. And we will be on Instagram here shortly. We're going to hang out over there and just scroll through my feed. Well, I noticed like the first, 40 posts will be of knives, and then you start seeing just weird shit. So y'all can see what kind of ads are being targeted to me. Brashear, what is up? Saying hey to everybody. Good to see you, buddy. I'm just making sure I haven't missed anyone. Don't want to miss anyone at all. It's good to see you, Paul Might. Always good to see you. And we're about to jump over to Instagram, so y'all don't go anywhere. Hit the like button. Jake dials are sharp. That is a Brass Brigade. He's going to be joining us about probably 9 o'clock our time, maybe 10 o'clock our time. He's on the left coast over there. And also ask him about his handgun prowess. He's a ranked tactical shooter. He's an intense dude. He's one of my favorite knife makers because he's one of my favorite people. I first communicated with Jason long before I had a channel. He had the channel before. I mean, and he has a channel again. But he used to review knives. I used to watch Jason's content, and when this knife came out, and Cole Tri-State EDC reviewed it, it's a big knife for me, but it's a knife that's never left my collection. It's one that I've got knives. Paul Mills can tell you, and we all do, that are sentimental for whatever reason. I still carry it. I don't carry it as much because it's a 4-inch blade. But it sounds great, feels great. The design is excellent. And I'm glad to see Jason bring another folder to market. You know, he's been, I don't know if you guys know this. I shouldn't tell all of his story, but his primary gig is he is a tattoo artist, and he's been tattooing for, I think, over 30 years. If you go to Instagram, which we will in a second, and go to Jason Grant Tattoos, he's got over 10,000 followers. So he's a very, what I would call, elite West Coast tattoo artist, which carries over into his knife design and into, I think, his J-Cows in a big way. I think it just has a lot to do with his not only design language, but how he makes things with his hands. Aries EDC, what is up, brother? I was showing off the pedal today at my part-time job at Knives and More, and the fellows were very impressed. I told them to check you out. Definitely watch one of your lives, because I think I lurk in your lives. I lurk in a lot of lives. And I think yours are great. They're very informative. They're very cool, and they're legit talking about you. I like that and what you're doing. Y'all go follow Paul Mike. I'm telling you, follow any of y'all. Throw your Instagrams up here. I can do what you guys do. And like at Kohl's, where we can go look at different people's. I wouldn't know how to manage that, so I usually just scroll my feed. But do share your link. If I'm not following you, I'll jump over there and follow you, and we'll go look at your stuff. Be shady. I don't know how I feel about the BB enemy. You know, the US to CN design glitch is what gets me. Almost wouldn't, right? Wouldn't clone out of a reputable maker. Yes, be shady. I'm the one who I can kind of, and I'm a anti-clone guy all the way. I've got a video before I ever worked at Knives and More. I went down there and watched how they treat a Benchmade when it comes in. They follow the dealer procedure of how they take pictures of it. They grind off the butterfly, and then they destroy it all on film for Benchmade. But I brought the F and Grow EF225. I bought it and did a review on it early in the channel, and thought I was going to be able to talk about what a bad knife it was. Something on Amazon. To me, it's a kind of a clone of a Strider SMF. It's a copy. It's not a clone because it doesn't claim to be anything other than an F and Grow EF225. Well, I love the knife. And I was not, at this time, I did not like Striders. I was not a fan of the design language. I'd never held one. And I probably would have held one eventually. But what it did to me, even though the SMF, which I think the F and Grow model is about the size of, is bigger than I liked, it propelled me. The first thing I bought was a ProTech Strider PT 207. I've still got that little knife, little Magna Cut knife, a little auto. And I really started to identify with the ergos of the knife, with the design. Paul Mills and I put together a swap, and he was nice enough to trade me for the ProTech SMF. So I had the SMF size, and I started carrying it a lot more. And then Brother Scotch and Things, helped me acquire a legit Strider. So for me, it led to 3 Strider purchases that probably would have never been discovered if it hadn't been for that F and Grow. And what I've heard is, if you look at the BB&M next to the Strider, they're different in the way that the tail's done, but I don't understand how the other ones used to look. I don't understand the politics of what happened when the two companies split apart, because I know they're still making knives. And we go to North Mountain Blade later. North Mountain Blade is selling custom Dwyers on their website right now, like on page 12 or 13. I think they're like $5,000. We're going to have to check it out now. I can't wait. This is just too much. See, that's my squirrel brain. Hopefully somebody will jump on and reel me in. Kyle, where are you, Kyle? So let's go to North Mountain Blade first. And then we're going to go to the last page, or one of the last pages. And I only usually look at this site on my phone. Oh, here we go. So if I go to 11, backwards from there, there's Jason's V2s. But let's go back. They've got several collaborations. I don't know who Moon, is it Moon Design? Yeah, I don't know who Moon is. Oh, that's not Moon. That's the type of knife. There's a company on here that has another collaboration, and I like their designs. I've never seen the maker before. So I don't know anything, again, about North Mountain Blade. This is the chop, the first one I experienced that my buddy bought. He's bought two now because he lost this one, but this is a $160 knife. Desert ironwood, titanium, is SLD Magic, Sanmai. This knife feels like every bit a $300 knife. I mean, it's solid. It's built well. The fit and finish is top tier. You know, I just don't understand how these different companies work with someone like a Dwyer. And I don't know how Dwayne Dwyer, I think is his name, fits into the Strider lore, right? Because I'm not that caught up. Where are they taking them off? I found them earlier. Like tonight. They had some wheeze on here, which it was weird. And now it looks like they're gone. Where are the Dwyers? Let's go up here and search for Dwyer. Hold on one second. Guys, I'm apologizing if I've taken us on because I showed these to the guy I work with, Tate, and I said, are these customs done by North Mountain Blade, this $900 knife? And he says, no, I think that's an actual Dwyer. I don't know. I don't know anything about Dwyer, but that's a $900 handmade BB&M. These are the $380 version. I said $280. Here's a $2,000 handmade. We the People. I've never seen a Dwyer knife, so I don't know if these are handmade from North Mountain Blade. If they're, I don't understand. I can't help you. I just think it's interesting, right? I mean, isn't that kind of cool? I mean, would I buy one? No. Would I buy this one? Hell no. That looks like a Kershaw leak for $1,350. Pass. But they make cool stuff, right? That's different. Is it me? No. It looks like it's a Spyderco with a chisel grind. But it's cool, I guess. I don't know. So let's go to, we're not going to go to Instagram yet. Freaking sharing. I was making sure I was sharing. Okay. Let's go to, boom. So this one's in SLD Magic with the Sanmai. So it'll be available like this. And Jason will be talking about it tonight, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. And in the 3V DLC. I want y'all to know, I reviewed a prototype of this knife that I think Best Tech made. Somebody, I forget who Jason had make it. But if you look at this jimping, it's different than the Grant or the Gripper V1. If you look, and you probably can't see, the jimping is not as aggressive or consistent. And that adds to the lockup on this knife. So, got the coffin-shaped hole, cool frag, got a front flipper, which is also part of the lock because this comes around and lands right here to make that congruous spine. And that's the lock side. I mean, it looks fantastic. Whoops, how did I jump out of there? I wasn't trying to get out. I'm having to tab back and forth to make sure I'm not just talking to myself, that I'm actually showing you guys pictures. So they've got, my understanding is the 3V run is completed. It's done. They've got, as you can tell, their marketing shots are done. And I'm sorry, I can't see the chat. So if y'all are screaming at me to do something else, it's not that I'm being defiant, even though I would. But I can't see. To me, it looks really clean. That's a picture of the proto. I can see prototype on the blade. And it is coming from Peter to me to check out. Peter's sending it to me after he hangs out with it, loves on it, reviews it, takes some pictures. And then I'll do an unboxing and an overview. I won't use it hardcore or anything since this is a proto, but I will go through my thoughts. I'll want to go through how I think it compares to the V2 proto that I reviewed about 8 months ago. I've got a review on another OEM's version of this knife. And I liked it. I didn't mean to click out of that, guys. I'm trying to look at all their marketing pictures. So it's smaller. I don't know. Let's see how long the blade is. 34-year master tattoo artist. San Diego represent. Master class shooter. Okay, the specs aren't up there yet, but it is as chunky as the Gripper V1, but it's shorter and it's just perfect. It's a great EDC size. I'm not gonna kill it anymore. I'm gonna let Jason talk all about that, but we are gonna go to our Instagram jump and drive. What I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna hit home. Get my then I'm gonna come over here to the chat and I'm gonna see what I've missed. Henry, welcome. Yeah, projectiles are sharp. I don't know if they've been if they've, I haven't seen them cloned, but that doesn't mean that they wouldn't be. But if it doesn't have a COA, they're enough. You can find a legit gripper. And I can get Jason to share. He's had one gripper come back, and it was kind of a mysterious injury to the gripper, I would say. But these knives are solid in my opinion. Now, it's a big knife, right? If I put this next to Spyderco Paramilitary 2, well, let's put it next to by the way, there is a new cutlery shop warranty that I think's out now, or it drops Monday. That's in Rex 141. I think that's what it is. We'll look at that too. It's not something I'm going to get because I've got all the PM2 looks. So that's the gripper next to a pair of tools. It's a full-size knife, but it's ergonomic. It's got, like I say, multi-deployments, and the V2 is a good bit smaller. A good bit smaller. Scrolling. Oh, no. What was a Tiffany blue chode above the Grant? We'll go back and look at it. Oh, this chode. This chode is a new Kaiser called the Microbe, and this is one of the coolest knives. It kind of reminds me of the Fret in a way because it's kind of, it fits my hand the way that I designed the Fret to, but it's a top liner lock. They make it, this is kind of one of the base models, but they make 3 variations with thumb studs, and they make 3 variations with blade holes, carbon fibers, and some pretty cool steels. It's a little guy with kind of a dragonfly. When I say dragonfly, it doesn't look anything like a dragonfly. It's bigger, but it's got a grip that is much larger than the knife is. What you sacrifice for is a little bit of blade. This one's in. Well, I don't know what this is. Holy shit. It's called the Microbe, and I don't see the blade steel on this one. G10 handles, really cool little guy. I'm a huge fan of the top liner lock. I love my smock. Kaiser does the top liner lock very well. Concept, I think, is the only other top liner lock that the Tri-Stash was a top liner lock. It was great. This is a Vanguard series knife. I think they also have some of the more bougie ones is Blade series, but it's a cool little knife. It's little in size, probably smaller than a Benchmade bug out, mini bug out, maybe a little bit bigger than a Civivi Baby Banter, but that's the Microbe. And this one's Brittany Blue, and I carried this yesterday when I was off, my Lush V1. I do like this knife so much. This is one of the Devos, along with 2 mashes, a nip slip. I let some of my Devos go because Lefty convinced me over many years to move some knives in and out. And since I haven't been working, I've been using them as trade fodder. But I like my Lush. I don't see it going anywhere, but I did not rush out and get a Riot made V2. I would love one. If I was working like I was when I was buying knives like crazy, I would have definitely gotten one because this is one of my favorite Devos. Very cool. Front flipper that works very well. S90V on this one. I think they upped the game on the Riot made one. I think it's even cooler blade steel, but I'm not sure. And then, see, I'm all over the place. This is a new budget Kaiser with their clutch lock called the Pokemon. Pokemon. Like the little Pokemon. I mean, that's how I think it's spelled Pokomon. I think it's like Pokemon. And they've got it in 3 blade shapes. These are all D2. This is an Amazon exclusive. I haven't done a video yet because I haven't seen them on Amazon. They've got the nicer ones on Kaiser's website. Kind of a small little EDC. The nicer ones have, better steels, better handles. But they're 3 different blade shapes. Spear point, sheep's foot, and I think a clip point. I think these are Azo designs. Could be wrong. Reversible clip. A little knife. Mid-price knife. $60, $70. And then the trestle, which is their slip joint. And I got a lot of comments on this. I posted this next to the V1, and most of the comments were like, I really like the original blade shape better, which I think I do because this is a spear point, in my opinion. and mine are Damascus. I would rather have it's got this Makuta wood or MKRUITA wood, and it smells like wood. It's very cool. But I don't have the other trestle out here. The other one's a clip point, but this is a very nice slip joint. Kaiser killed it. They've got a little jimped choil here, and it doesn't half stop at 9 degrees for a reason. If you read their website, they want it to be, when you're holding this knife, if you accidentally close it on yourself, you've got this jimping here and this choil, so it does not hit your finger. So if I'm going like this and I close it, I don't close it on my finger. However, I did close it on my finger. And if I start bleeding, I'll show you guys before I go get my new skin. I do bleed, but it takes me a little while. I have a feeling I'm going to start bleeding right there. Anywho, where were we? We were going to Instagram. Let me finish getting to the comments. Let's go through the comments. Scott makes some awesome knives. That was the consensus at the store. I told him that I had thanks to Paul Mills' generosity, I had the smallest of the Aries lineup, which is what I'm about, is little fixies. But it's got glow G10 that looks like a bolster. Then it's got a little piece of black G10. It's just like a transition. And then it's got shred carbon fiber on the handles. It is awesome. I've got it in my work bag over there. Love it, love it, love it. Y'all check out Aries EDC. Richard Hopkins has been with me for 10 months. He wants Nanopus. Dude, I'll give you Nanopus. I haven't seen Nanopus in a while.
You can call me Nanopus. And guess what? I love Nanopus. You can call me.
Nanopus is a drop that nobody's ever been whiny. I used it on Kyle and them sometimes. But yeah, Nanopus you're always welcome for Nanopus. And dude, thank you for everything you do. I don't know if y'all know this. Richard Hopkins has supplied the channel with so many fixed blade giveaways. I've got at my feet right now a box of Damascus fixed blade knives. They will be given away again because I think I can get them in first rate boxes. And I'm just going to say I've got access to, I always did if I'd go to the post office, but I hate the post office. But now I've got access to first rate boxes. So hopefully those will be back in the giveaways on Sunday. And Richard sends a lot of stuff to the channel. He sent a lot of stuff to me. He's awesome. I think I answered that, Paulie. It's the microbe, buddy. Let me pull up Kaiser because I think, yes, Kaiser's been very kind to me and lets me review knives every month. They do it probably more professionally or different than any company. They'll send out all the month's knives, like January's knives. I got probably December 15th, but I could not show them. Some people maybe or maybe didn't get a peek of some on live streams, but we can't show them or post videos until they drop, which makes sense because they're not available yet, whatever. And Kaiser starts posting pictures a couple of weeks out, but it gives me a chance to carry it. I can do an unboxing and then I can carry the knives, play with the knives, cut with the knives. As you guys know, I don't hard use the knives. I don't do a lot of cut tests. I may in the future. 2026 is a new year. It's early. I'm afraid if I did cut tests or like action stuff, I'd lose a finger. It's just a matter of time. I'd cut a finger off. It's just not worth it. I mean, I love you guys. I love the channel, but I'm too clumsy to be hacking, chopping, slicing, cutting. I'm surprised since I've started to cut some cardboard on my overview or reviews, whatever you want to call them. I'll always cut paper, but I've started to cut cardboard too. I'm surprised I've not given myself a really ugly cut yet. Hit the like button. Paul, are you talking about this button You know, I don't know how I feel about it, but I can tell you that Kaiser touts it as a huge design like feature. It's like a benefit. It's like when we get to the page and we look at some of the cooler variations, I forget how they call this little half moon thing, but it's got there's a method to it. Um, don't know exactly what it is, but I think they do all their top liner locks like that. And maybe you're just talking about the color, could be the shape, but it's really easy to get to. I mean, you're not going to accidentally get to it, but you're not having to stick your finger in a little hole. If you've got a bigger finger, you can, easily still access that. I think about Shane with his neuropathy. He'll probably tell me I'm wrong. He couldn't access this, but I think this is kind of like Justin's compression made easy, his CME. It's kind of the same shape of that actually. But anyway, yeah, it's what I love about knives. And we're about to go to Instagram, so I'm not lying to y'all. Mad Yako, what is up, channel member? Nemoto is a popular in Japan designer. Nemoto. Cool. Guys, I was watching something the other day. I forget what it was. It was one of the podcasts I watched late night. Because I don't know if I've told y'all, I've kind of got a flipped sleep schedule. So I'm up super late. And there's one, what was it? I can't remember the name of the podcast, but he had to go to the bathroom or something. And he put on this like 5-minute reel of old 80s commercials, those over the top commercials that were cheaply produced, where you have somebody yelling. I think of a used car ad, but none of these were really used car ads. They were great. It made me want to go out, and now y'all will see some vintage, totally obnoxious ads. But that's where the Nannerpuss comes from. Pizza operator, what is up, brother? Channel member. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, like I say, Jason will be here probably in about maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's the V2 B Shady. You'll see that it does not, it fits in size between the Tripper, the little Warncliffe, which I call it's angry. I call it the Gripper's angry little cousin because it's got such a dramatic tanto. But the Gripper V2 is much smaller, and it's not a mini. I mean, it's a medium-sized knife, full-on medium-sized, good-sized knife that keeps all the things that I think made the Gripper great. I think the V2, the way that spine, that front flipper links up with the spine. When you guys see that in person or see it on Peter's video, or I'll have an unboxing hopefully by the end of a couple of weeks. Whenever I get it in, I'll do an unboxing and put it up, and I'll show you guys that lock is strengthened, in my opinion, hugely, which the frame lock is plenty strong, but by that design element that Jason integrated into the spine of the knife. I mean, it's too cool for me to even describe it because I'm an English psychology guy who doesn't know anything about, design or engineering, so I don't have the words. But Jason will probably be able to show it off tonight. Pizza operator has been a member for 26 months. Dude, you guys never cease to humble and amaze me, and I absolutely appreciate it more than you know. Do stop by Sunday, even if you just drop the secret word. I'll make sure it's worthwhile. I did learn a couple of weeks ago, I gave somebody an extra long hug, and I let the whole Flying High or whatever that Rocky song is play out, and I had to remove it from the stream. I got it copyright stricken. Copyright strikes, not a channel strike, just so you guys know. Copyright strikes happen all the time. When I play videos on YouTube, there are bots out there that claim music, that claim video, that claim all kinds of stuff. And I have an option as a creator. When I get that copyright strike, it stops monetization, which for me means nothing because you don't make a lot of money on ad revenue at all. So it takes me about 10 minutes to go in and then make the choice of, do I want to remove? Usually what I do is I remove the claimed segment. So it takes out of anybody who watches that live back. It'll take out a little bit where I shared a video that had the copyrighted music or whatever in it. but it takes about 6 hours for it to process that change and for it to approve it with the copyright claimee, I guess you'd call them. But a channel strike, you can't go live for like a week or 2 weeks. You lose all monetization. I think I don't know if it's for a month or while you're stricken. If you get 3 strikes, you lose your channel. You can get porn bombed where people, if you're not careful and you let somebody on your stream and they show porn or something, or if you say certain words, we always use YouTube words, so like pew pew, pew pew. That's one thing that they'll hate. That'll get you, I don't know if that'll get you, I think it'll get you a strike. I'm not sure, but if I use someone else's content, like when we go snipe people's live streams, as long as I'm talking through it, like if I pause it and then I add my insight to whatever somebody's saying or whatever, that's called transformative content. You can do that. Now, a lot of times you'll get a copyright strike, especially if you're giving negative insight to what your interpretation of whatever you're watching is. But all you have to do is click, no, I dispute this because I'm following the Fair Use Act and it's transformative. I wasn't just playing, reusing their content, and you send it back because YouTube is not the one doing the copyright claims. They're just mediating up until a point. Up until this point, they're mediating a legal proceeding. Copyright person says, you're using my shit. I say, no, I'm not. I was just showing it and talking about what a goob you are. And then it's up to them to sue me. So they've got 14 days to send a legal letter. Then we go to court, which would suck. That's why I probably wouldn't dispute one. But most people aren't going to lawyer up and sue you. And if they don't say, okay, I'm going to sue you within 14 days, because fair use is out there. All you got to do is Google it. It's very easy to determine if someone is misusing content. Sniper Wolf, y'all heard me talk about her. She's not around much anymore. She didn't get banned. YouTube was protecting her, letting her gatekeep. But all she would do is watch people's TikToks that went viral and just sit there. And every now and then she'd say something stupid. She's what you would call a content thief. But if you're like watching, I think it would be good content. I wouldn't want to do it because it'd also be mean, is to go around and watch everybody, all the different reviewers, and people could watch my videos and then just tear them apart, for being lame and cheesy or whatever. I think that'd be funny, good content. Would I do it? No, it's not my gig. My new gig is, or my new saying is, how did I have it phrased? Hold on. Kindness is my go-to, but fuck off is my wingman. That's my new 2026 moniker. I'm gonna lean in hard to kindness. Debate not hate's always gonna be a thing. But fuck offs are good too. Okay. See, I did not know that. Paul Mike, very insightful information. Is the owner of North Mountain Blades the young guy, Asian guy who I'm seeing on their Instagram channel talking about why they put the thumb disc where they put it and talk about some of the different things? They're starting to put out some content. When Jason gets here, if he wants to, we might go look at some of that. If he wants to show off any of their capabilities or whatever. But they make really nice stuff. The General Strider EDC KO10, I hated it. Absolutely. For the first 3-4 years that I was collecting knives, I've probably been collecting knives now since lockdown, sometime around there when Lefty started his channel. Somehow I don't know if he was the first channel I watched or he was an early channel I watched, but I hated Striders. Even further than that, I wouldn't look at fixed blades, had no interest in them until Lefty influenced me to try Chickadee, sold me his Chickadee that Kyle Coonley sharpened, which was years ago. And I would, again, for 2.5-3 years, I never looked at fixed blades. Tried one, started trying more, my whole vibe kind of changed. Cause I always say, look at this as a non-linear path. You're on a hike, right? You're on a trail head and you're walking up and they're different. They're blue trail. There's a green trail. You can go a lot of different ways. And the other thing that I said I'd never ever do was slip joints. They don't interest me. I'm a fidget guy. You know, I like modern knives until Jack Wolf came out and I got my first slip joint. I fought it. I was friends with Ben, but I had no desire to get a slip joint, especially a $300 slip joint. I was out, right, for like 2 years. When he dropped the first locking knife, that blade show was when I had just purchased my first slip joint. That tells you how long into the Ben Belkin Jack Wolf existence that I would not even consider a slip joint. And now I've got a shitload of them and love them. It's weird. So I get it. I did not like Strider at all. I ordered that effing grow just because I thought it would make good content, because I figured it would come in and be shitty and I could talk about how it looks like another knife, and which all the things I did. But the only caveat was it was a very well done knife and I held it. So once you hold it, this is a good enough example. Once you hold it, you realize that it's got a very purposeful ergonomic grip, and it's more for that grip. A Strider is a Slurpee Saver Extreme. Now, this is a great grip. Once I put this in my hand, the Strider I've got over there, I'll pick it up in a second, but it just feels good. And that's when I liked it. I would like to, if I get back to where I'm able to buy knives and get crazy with knives, or if I come into an opportunity to trade for another Strider, I would, again, somebody who didn't look at Striders for probably the first 4.5 years, at least. Unlike the CKF Evo, a knife that I think is the most sexy knife, I never had a crush on Striders. This one's got a Lynch clip on it. Great, by the way. And I started with the ProTech after the F and Grow. I love the design of this knife more so than the Dwyer, but it's set up for that grip. In my opinion, I don't understand it. I don't understand the weird choil. I think it has to do with the way the stop pin works. I don't know. I'm not Scotch knows everything about Striders. He hooked me up with this one. He found it for me on the secondary and it was like new. It had just come out. This is called a crosshatch Strider SNG. Crosshatch is G10 with that little crosshatch pattern. Let's see. And that G10 wraps over, so it's like monobody construction. One piece of G10 and then titanium on the back. No lock stick. Great action. This is in a blade steel. It's the only knife I've got in this steel. I think it's just called PDO1, 01 tools, 01 steel. I don't know. But I get it. Because I hated this. I didn't hate it. I just had no desire for it. I didn't want a hinderer. I thought hinderers were clunky. I didn't get that. I can understand how people don't get it. I've got like 7 hinderers now. I love them. I get it. But that's just part of the fun of it to me. Part of the fun of the hike. You know, there are a lot of knives that I saw right off the bat. Knew I liked it. Got it. And loved it. Knew right away. And still love it. I've had very few knives that I've purchased, especially hype knives, that I have any buyer's remorse. The PMP Tianto, that big ass huge knife, the biggest, I call it my dumbest knife purchase. It was $550. And it was a Chinese knife that was about this, it looked like a shovel. It was basically a portable shovel. I did sell it on eBay, finally, but that's the only knife I can think of that did not live up to the hype that I built for it. I didn't see a video where I wanted it. I did see it on a video. I don't remember whose, but it was never something that was, I just saw it at White Mountain Knives and thought it was ridiculous. Had more money than sense at the time and bought it. And then realized I'd never carry it. People made fun of me when I posted it, which I don't mind people making fun of me. Remember, kindness is my go-to, but fuck off's my wingman. So I don't mind people making fun of me, but I realized what a ridiculous knife it was. I need to give some people a visual representation. For those who do not know the glory of a PMP Chianto, it cost me $550. And this is the one I had, the full black. It's $550 and out of stock. So there were other dumbasses like me. Makes me feel better. That's the Chianto. That's that beautiful son of a bitch that I bought. Put on Blade Binge for, I had it down to $275. Had it up there for like 4 weeks. My buddy A to Z EDC. See, I couldn't even get it in my pocket. My pants pockets were too narrow for that knife. I was like, felt like a woman. Nothing against women, but they always talk about their pants pockets being small. That knife makes your pants pockets small. So just for, so you'd probably make fun of me too if I posted this and you saw it, you'd be like, what's somebody thinking? But anyway, he suggested I put it on eBay. I did and sold it for $450. Somebody bought it now. So it's 9.25 inches overall. Closed, it's 5.375 inches. The blade length is 3.8, and it's a big freaking wide Tanto blade. The thickness is almost a 1/4 inch, 0.235 of the blade. M390. The handle thickness is 0.66 inches. Right hand only clip. Chinese knife, $550. And I was like, yes, please. My worst knife purchase ever. I wish I'd made a video before I sold it on eBay, slashing on it, but I shouldn't. Wish I knew. Are they American made? No, the PMP Chianto was a Chinese made knife. I knew that going in. It's one of those tools for I think that damn Metal Complex is the one that showed it. I think that's where I saw it. I say that jokingly. I like Metal Complex. I don't know him. I've never talked to him. But I like his content. I like his kind of smug attitude. I find him entertaining. I can't watch his live streams because the 8-bit arcade music is like a brainworm. It makes me want to jump out of a window, and I'm in a 1-story house, so I wouldn't even break my ankle. I just tear up a window. So no, I can't. If you ever hear this Metal Complex, which you won't, I like your stuff. Your live stream music sucks, and I'm convinced that it's part of your sense of humor, that it drives you crazy, and you probably have it where it's muted to your headphones, and you're just putting it out there for the people that are clamoring through your chat for free knives. But he's the one I think that showed it. I showed it off. I kept it right back here, and I'd flip it open, and it was like take up the whole screen, and it was bigger than an iPhone Max. It's fucking crazy. But it was cool. Chinese OEM. Yes, that's a good way to describe it. And I don't know what the hell. Jason, I think, will know more because I wasn't aware that that's who he was talking to. I knew he was talking to somebody because Jason and I talk every couple of weeks. We're going to go check out Jason Grant Tattoos. I want y'all to see that. No, White Mountain Knives, guys. I've always been a fan of White Mountain Knives because they'll buy stuff that other knife dealers don't. Like Two Sons, they buy weird stuff. I think when I'd go to websites, I would always love to go to their What's New section. I like to go to their fixed blade section and query it that way because it just shows some really cool stuff, different stuff. And because it had no pocket clip, it was a sweet folder. The Show is what it was called. Very cool. Very cool, Paul. And that's one thing that we'll look at on their website when Jason gets here. They do a lot of really nice looking slip joints as well. So I don't know where their design language comes from because they have a lot of North Mountain blade, kind of like Best Tech does. They OEM for people and they have Best Tech knives. I've never seen, I guess I've seen Kaiser. It's more of like a licensing deal for North Mountain blade than an OEM. I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's more, and we'll let Jason tell us. Projectile, they're going to be available probably in a week. Maybe they may be available before this live's over. I'm not 100% sure. And they are all warehoused in the USA. The black ones are done. And I don't know if they've made it here yet. But they did. My buddy A to Z EDCs, like I said, purchased several from them. I reached out to them maybe 3 months ago when I first discovered them and introduced myself and told them I'd love to, if they ever had an opportunity, check out one of their knives. And they sent me a Chop 2 button lock with a flipper only. That's what I ended up trading with something else to my buddy A to Z for the Dwyer. But that knife's button lock felt the closest to my ProTech Malibu and my ProTech Mordax in terms of action than any other button lock I've ever experienced. And that's a balance thing, people. I think that's a design. It is called the Microbe. I'm sorry. I didn't know which one you were talking about. I'm probably way behind. That was 840. Oh, yeah, I'm a good bit behind. Microbe is a great knife. And this Brittany Blue, I really like it. And we'll look at those here. I'll quit talking. All right, let me get down through saying catching up, making sure. All right, Richard sharing Midway links. I bet that's Cold Steel. I'm going to go down here and click on it on this other browser. It's funny to be as dysfunctionally ADHD as I am and to have two screens in front of me. That was just a stupid idea. I can't click in StreamYard, so I run the YouTube back end over here. And now I can't find Richard's link. Surely I'm not that far behind. Holy Jesus. Oh, I was. All right. I've got that open over here. I'm going to run through, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Robin, good to see you. Whoops, I didn't mean to hide you so quick. That was a double thumber. I'm way behind, but I'm up at the I'm trying to get to the front of the line. If I'm missing anybody that's new in here that has just stopped in, it's not intentional. Knife Nut 69, what is up, brother? 1931 Leatherworks is in the house. Whoop, whoop. What's up? Cha. Scrolling. But yeah, I don't have bad eyes, but I do wear reading glasses. And I'm at a distance where my reading glasses don't even help. I can see the names. Yeah, the tipper's a little guy. I like it, but it's a little guy, and B, it's got one of the sharpest splinter digger tips. I poked myself with that knife probably as much as everyone, or probably as much as any knife. Not more, but as much. I've stabbed myself with that bitch a bunch. What is up, Jay Friedman? Happy New Year to you, brother. Welcome. Bluminati, Happy New Year to everybody, by the way. I know it's kind of post-New Year, first stream of 2026. I think I put on my post today, I did put a 2026 in the cat's mouth. I didn't hype it as a New Year stream. I should have said the first stream of 2026. Hey, guys, welcome to 2026. It's going to be a good year. I'm going to up my game somehow. But like I said, cut tests or me doing short of hitting a ferro rod and striking a fire, I can make fire if I've got one of the fire ropes, or if I've got something that's got a little accelerant to it, I could probably do it with dry leaves. But I'm pretty good with the ferro rod now. But if I was doing cut tests, I would cut my finger off, or I'd cut it really bad. And I've done that before. I got stitches about 15 years ago before I was a knife guy. I'd been a knife kid. I'd always had knives. But I had a Kershaw Chive, which is smaller than the Scallion, tiny little assisted knife. Paul, I agree. If it was USA made knife, it would be awesome. And it's awesome anyway. I love mine. And even Edgy will tell you, American Blades, it's the sexiest knife in market. He gives it that. But yeah, I was cutting a cat collar. This is before I quit drinking. It was about 10:30 at night. I was cutting a cat collar off of a card, one of those cards where they're zip tied. I was cutting a little zip tie that was really tight. And I was cutting towards myself, and I jabbed it in my left palm. Right there. I don't know if you can see that nasty scar. Anyway, but it laid it open, people. And it was 10:30 at night. I was married still. My daughter was probably 9 or 10. I had a Tahoe. It did have 2 doors. And I knew I needed stitches because my ex-wife was telling me I did. And when I looked down at it, it looked like a mouth. It would go, hello. It was like a deep gash. I mean, it was like down into my palm meat. I mean, it was deep and nasty. It wasn't nasty. It was actually turned out that it was one of the cleanest cuts the doctor had seen. Hats off to Kershaw for that. But we were driving to the hospital to get stitches at the emergency room. It was about 10:30 at night. I'm looking at my hand that's making little talking motions, hello, to me like a puppet, bleeding. And I'm looking at the meat down in there, and I got sick because I'm a wuss. So I had to roll down the passenger side window, stick my head out the window, and start puking down the side of the Tahoe. My daughter is right behind me. I don't think she's in a car seat, but she's right behind me with puke, just going by her window, wondering what's wrong with Dad. It wasn't because of the alcohol. It was because I made myself sick looking at my hand because I'm such a wuss. I wouldn't make it as a doctor. And I wasn't, since I'd gotten myself sick, at the time I had really good insurance. I was working, had a great job. And there's a hospital a lot closer to our house called Crestwood, at the time, our house. And they won't do, they have some weird, they're a private hospital. Anyway, my weight would have been much less. It wouldn't have cost me any more for my deductible, but I was too busy throwing up, being a wuss, and let her drive to the main hospital, downtown Huntsville Hospital. So I walked through the doors at 10:45, white as a ghost, because I'd been puking. They gave me a towel to wrap around my hand because it wasn't like spurting like a fountain, but it was heavy gushing, right? And I was convinced, because I'm a hypochondriac anyway, I was convinced I was going to die of blood loss. And I wasn't, of course. And they gave me something to wrap it up with. And then I sat down in the emergency room, this was long before COVID, but was full of people. Gunshot wounds, knifing wounds, people that had fallen down, people that were sick, people that were trying to get pain pills, you name it. It was a full madhouse. It was like a Friday or Saturday night. And I got triaged at about 1:00, about 3 hours into it, where they cleaned it for the first time and looked at it and said, oh yeah, you did fuck yourself up. And they wrapped it back up and sent me back out to the waiting room. 6:30 a.m. the next morning, wife, daughter are in there with me, ex-wife. Sorry, I didn't mean to jinx that. And I'm happily divorced, but 6:30, I got to go back for stitches. I got home, I think we got home about 9:30 that morning. It was terrible, but I learned a very good lesson. A, don't cut towards yourself. Pay attention to what you're cutting. Use your knife wisely. And I'm afraid if I did cut tests or things like that to where I was pushing knives, using them hard, that I would cut my arm off. I'm just not meant to hard use stuff. I'm surprised I used to chop a lot of kindling for my dad. I used to love to go out and chop kindling in the winter. That was something that I used to geek out on, go in the garage and chop kindling for the fireplace. I'm surprised I didn't chop a foot or fingers off when I did that, Worked in a cabinet shop for 11 years, not making cabinets. I was their marketing director. And when I'd walk in the back, some of the guys would turn off their machine that they were working on because they thought I'd get sucked into it. Because I'm such a, like I said, I marvel at people who can make knives. I marvel at people who can make sheaths. I marvel at people who can use their hands to do things constructively, that can fix things. I don't have that. I don't possess it. Now, with the help of YouTube, I successfully replaced the carburetor on a freaking lawnmower, and it works like a dream. So I know I'm capable. I just can't dive into. I'm too far in my journey up or down the backside of the mountain to where I know that'll never be a skill that I will just take up one day. I've taken up knife sharpening, and I still managed to fuck that up and leave little marks on my blade. But I find it very cathartic. I find it enjoyable. The downside is I don't cut enough stuff because I don't want to cut a finger off or an arm or a hand. So I don't dull my stuff as much as I'd like to. I'd like to be a use your shit guy, right? That Lakeside, what is up? Good to see you. I'd like to be a use your shit guy. I'd like to be somebody like Stasa who knew, what they were doing, what they were talking about. I don't. I like the way knives make me feel. I know how they make me feel. I carried one today that Paul Mills will remember. I haven't carried this knife in probably 6 months. It's what brought me back to a flipper-only knife because I can't get my finger in there to middle finger flick it. Now, Tate, the guy I work with, middle finger flicked it. I can't. But the flipper tab on it is the bomb diggity. This is a Sharp by Design. I think a Typhoon. I don't know. I think it's a Typhoon. But it was a different knife, and I love it. I love flicking it. I think it's M390. It's carbon fiber. I'd have no problem recommending it. I'm sure it would cut a lot of shit. I'm sure at some point it would get dull. And I'm sure if I sharpened it with my TS Prof, I would put little scratches on it. But I do that. I'm going to try the tape trick, Shane's tape suggestion. But my point is I want to learn to not make that happen. And it's very possible that I'm just not capable. Again, going back to all the stuff that I can't do, like a lot of man stuff that I can't do. Dilemma Trauma, what is up? Dilemma Man Trauma. Hey, DLL, what's up, brother? I can't even read. Dial Man Trauma. What is up, brother? Good to see you. Everybody's names look different for me a little bit. EDC, the only problem is when I don't have somebody directing, we're going to go to Instagram. I'm just trying to get caught up to make sure I'm not missing anything. It's kind of like a journey through, and be glad you guys don't live in my head. Like if I could sell tickets to journeys through my head, it wouldn't be like going to Disney and riding the teacups. Y'all would want off the ride. It's busy in there. And when I get here and talk to myself and try to read chat, multitask per se, I think I'm there. I don't really Lakeside. It's just that I'm friends with Kyle and he sharpens a lot of knives for me. So I see how well it can be done. And I just want to do the best that I can. And I know that I'm using a tool that's pretty precise. I still don't know how I'm screwing it up. Oh yeah, Jay Friedman, I'll tell you what's interesting that we should talk about. I'm sure it's economy related, but knives in general. I don't know how the drops are going for some of the hype knives, but things that I used to not see, and I know Hinderer is making more knives now, maybe. But like right now, they're Koenig goblins all over the internet, mini goblins. And I know it's not Koenig's most important or most sought after knife, but they're see, I'm getting dementia. Mini Ariuses and Ariuses in knife stores inventory right now. These things used to go in no time. I still see people asking a lot of money for them. I don't know if they're selling for those for that much. I see the Eyes, Roosevelt, always way up there. The SPK Lamia, my favorite USA made knife is my Lamia. I love that knife. I bought that off of Blade Binge. I've gotten some great deals off of Blade Binge. I just haven't had any luck selling knives off of Blade Binge, and it's not been because I've been asking too much for them. I think the knives that I tried to sell were only that PMP Tianta, which looked like a fucking shovel. I wouldn't buy it again. Yeah, and I'll tell you that I don't know, like, since I learned more about what knives cost, I think that's a great price for it. And probably closer to what the market should really be for it. If you look at what it is compared to other knives and what knives cost. You know, I think Monterey Bay Knife Company, MBK, Sanford and his buddies showed us with the swordfish and some of their other designs how truly economically you can bring quality materials and a quality design, a Laconico inspired design, or Laconico design collaboration to market. And it'd be a great knife. Yeah, they set the bar really high. It was kind of like exposing, and I don't have a problem with profit. I think profit's a good thing. I think everybody sets out to have a profitable business. And I think the market should determine that price. So I think maybe what we're seeing in knives is more so than just the economy being slow and things being fucked up and crazy everywhere, that it's just a market correction. There's some knives that don't seem to be affected by it. And I don't know how much of that is they're not able to produce enough, and that maybe Hinderer got a couple more machines and they were able to up their production by X. Maybe Brand will show up in the chat. And so they've done that. I think it's more of a correction too, Paul. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know stockbroking. That was the other thing. I was an English psychology guy because college algebra tweaked my ADHD adolescent brain so badly. I was great at math. I learned my multiplication tables in record time, but I hated it. It was one of the most painful things besides memorizing Chaucer's preamble to the Canterbury Tales in Old English. One of the hardest things I've done was my multiplication tables. But then when we had to start putting alphabet letters in there and variables and shit, and to tell me I couldn't write if I could have looked at my formula like I would be able to in any real world example, like have it out on my desk and work through the equations, I could do that, but I could not memorize equations. So that almost kept me from graduating from Auburn. College algebra was one of those classes I took twice, just because it was required. But that kept me out of trigonometry, which kept me from getting into the business school, because I would have been a business guy. I've got business common sense. I don't know what I would have learned in college in business, because I didn't learn shit really in college anyway. When I think about it, I learned some life things. But back to Chaucer's Canterbury Tales in Old English, if you guys want to talk random, I memorized that. It is a bunch of gibberish. Van in April with the Sura Suta, the drought of March has pierced to the ruta and bothered every vein in Swiss liqueur. I could go on and on because I've got like 6-7 minutes of that shit stuck in my brain, taking up space where I could have more relevant information. So be careful what you make your kids memorize, people. And it wasn't my parents that made me memorize it. It was Mr. VT. I won't say his name. I'll keep him anonymous. Mr. VT made me memorize that. And English was one of those classes that you had to pass in high school. And I was not a good student in high school at all. There was a time when I didn't know if I would graduate because he was threatening me, Mr. VT. Even though I memorized the Canterbury Tales in Old English, I had a truancy problem because he was first class of the day. Anyway, enough of that. So, guys, guess what we're going to do, people? Apex, sweet. I'm going to show y'all one more knife. This is the Curtis with 2 S's knives. They're a USA knife maker. And I was on USA Made Blades looking at their USA Made version of this knife. They went for about $650, and they're now on sale for like $550 or $525, which shows me that there's a market correction going on. But this is a production version. This is their slicer F3 medium, or no, this is their F3 medium slicer grind. The Curtis medium F3. I think that's what it's called. But their OEM is Tuya knives. So I've had my buddy out at Knives and More who's handled USA made Curtises, which I haven't, tells me it feels different. I mean, I can understand that. I don't know what it feels, what a USA made Curtis feels like, but this is a great knife. The design is very nice. The size is nice. It's robust enough to feel like a really good tool. I think this one's M390. Cool knife. I just put a video of this out today. I waited like 2 months to do a video. Yeah, I'd say Paul is a Sharp by Design connoisseur. He's got some nice ones. Very nice ones. What I want to get is a Aurelia. I got to handle it at Blade Show because I spent a lot of time over at Sharif's booth, but I've never owned one. All right, we're going to Instagram. And again, I bought this, and I'm not too embarrassed. This was a $395 Chinese knife from Mr. Designs, one of their most expensive designs in their lineup. But the reason I bought it is because I think it's very innovative. I love their locking system that they created. I love the fact that it's a big MagnaCut full-size knife. I don't like, you can either unlatch it from right here, and that's nothing like a Demco lock. This is kind of like a spring in the back. I can't show it on camera really here. Very cool locking system. But you could either, if I had longer fingers, I could close it like that. It's got kind of like ram lock, little things that are under jimped. They need to be a little sharper if you're going to use it, but I always use this little top dealy right there. But what it does is that goes over the blade. That spring comes out and goes over this way, comes out and over the blade, and it locks it up just solid as a. And Shane and Kyle gave me shit for this knife. They thought it was way too expensive. Again, I get it, but to me, I don't have a problem with Mihai and his dad starting a small company and determining what they have to do to be profitable. And to me, the value was there. I've got I sent a picture of this the other day to Peter. This is a Chinese knife that is the most expensive Chinese knife that I've probably ever purchased. And I love it. And I messed the blade up. You guys can see what I'm talking about. I don't mind because it's a user. But there should be you should be able to see some little hairline. See right around that bevel, those little lines going up there. But these scales are custom, made by ProX Bill. This is an Evo 3.0. And again, I think it's one of the sexiest knives. It's not one of my most carried knives because, frankly, that action is scary. This is the one, I don't know if y'all remember when Lefty EDC or if y'all are even fans of Lefty EDC. I am. I think Kevin's a great guy. But when he let it fall and that corner went through his thumbnail and cut all the way through his thumbnail, and he just like had goo all over his finger, like he just dipped it in new skin, and it had a big yellow glob of stuff, so he could still use his thumb, and his finger looked horrible for a while. I was making sure a cat didn't jump up there. That would be brutal. But deep hollow grind, great knife. Much love to Pro X Paul. I'm trying to remember who sold this to me. I don't want to get the name wrong because it's one of 3 people. But this was sold to me by a community brother. You know, I was looking for one and made this one available. And I absolutely loved it. And now it's got sentimental value in addition to The fact that I've fucked up the blade, not fucked it up. It's fine. It's just cosmetically less than desirable. Kyle Coonley wouldn't have done that. Carco is exactly where it came from, Paul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was Carco. It absolutely was. Absolutely was. All right, y'all sit tight. I'm jumping over here. I won't be able to see your chat, but y'all are chatting to each other anyway. But we're going to go to Instagram and see what's happening over there. Uh-oh. Somebody's getting into whiskey. Edgy American Blades had been wanting that, another one of those knives. He picked that up at Knives and More. A Benchmade Crooked River. Brother Jim showing off some orange. Ad. That's like Jack Wolf. Timberjack. There's a new Jack Wolf, guys. That looks like their Silver Series. That doesn't look like the expensive Jack Wolf's, and that looks like G10, if I'm not mistaken, in my Carter. What do we got going on here? What do we got going on here? Hey, guess who's here? We got an early visitor. Winnie. What's up, dude?
Hi.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you fine. Let me remove this. Boom. You're sideways, but it's fine.
I'm sideways. What do I need to do?
Is your phone in a holder?
It is.
You would take it out and tilt it straight up and down so it reorientates or orientates and put it back in your holder. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think you ever do that. That's the same thing. I mean, I don't know if that matters to anybody but me.
That is so weird.
It doesn't. It's not. I don't even think it matters. I just know that, and if you turned it like you just did, it would be fine. I don't even think it matters.
Bothers
like
me.
Yeah, don't do what's comfortable for you, dude. Well, is that a Lancelot mat?
It is. Yeah, it's an old one, dude. It's like
very nice. It reminds me of one of his old mats. Those things are just.
I love it. Oh my God, why is this doing that?
We can see him just as good, buddy. You're just it's a portrait. It's the way your camera's set up. Hero Sticks, welcome. What is up? Y'all say
you want me to redo it?
Today?
Hey, you want me to redo it and jump back in real quick?
You can. We're in no rush. We got plenty of time for satisfaction. Jump out and jump in and see what happens. And if it don't let it bother you.
Yeah, let me do that. It's bugging me, dude. That'll mess with me all night. I'll be right back.
Hey, check out the cat in my thumbnail. Did you notice that? And the cat
I did notice it. I love the cat.
Yeah, he's holding the gripper proud.
Oh, I saw the post, right?
Yeah, the thumbnail too. He's holding. I always do an angry cat holding a knife, and that's the gripper he's holding, the gripper V1.
Nice, the OG.
The OG. I got it
on
the desk right here. Yeah, jump out and jump back in, dude.
Yeah, dude, I gotta fix this. It's bugging me. All right, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay, buddy.
Bye.
They absolutely are. What happened there? Oh, they absolutely are Hero Sticks. Shoot me a DM. They're custom. So Edgy American Blades makes those. And talk to y'all about it. So you can, dictate how you want it to look. They're Magna Cut. They're 64.5 roughly HRC. That's where he's got it pretty much dialed into. And I really need to put another edge on mine. This is not a Kyle Coonley edge, or it would still be ripping sharp. But it is bead blasted. Doesn't have to be. They don't come normally bead blasted. I did it because I just wanted to try it. But it's a different knife. For me, it's a cutting open shit knife. That's what I use it for. Carry it in my back pocket. Comes with a 1931 leatherwork sheath. It looks similar to this, but not exactly like this. The pattern of the sheath is identical to this. It's just brown and black leather, where he made me a bougie one. But it looks just like that. And I built it for back pocket carry, which reminds me I've got to measure the height of my back pocket, because I'm one of the few. I don't like to carry. I will carry a fixed blade in my right pocket, and there's certain fixed blades that I have to carry in my right pocket because the clip is so the knife is so tall. My EDW, for one, is one that won't fit in my back pocket. It bottoms out before the clip gets to my seam. So Joe's going to work with me to make sure he gets the clip position. I sent my Steve Clary tried and true that Shane traded me for. He was kind enough to trade that to me. I sent it off to Joe today to get a Lancelot leather sheath for it after seeing Ryan Ellis's SP Shark sheath. Pirate Pete, sweet dude. That's a nice one. I'll tell you, fixed blades, again, it goes back to keep an open mind, because I would not even look at fixed blades. And I don't know, because I keep knife cases. I've got 4 Apache cases. They aren't fully full. And then I've got a small Caval case and then a little slip joint case. I've got way too many knives, people. But my slip joints or my fixies are back here. And then I've got a Blade HQ. I don't know if y'all remember that knife roll that they did that was kind of as a parody joke. It'll hang on the back of your door. So it's as tall as a door. I've got it full of fixed blades. They're all small. And I love them. I don't think you can have too many. Do I carry all of them the same amount of time? Absolutely not. But I found, and that's what I don't understand, because I love playing with folders. This is a great example of one that doesn't fit in my back pocket. My back pocket's not this tall. This 3-feather EDC, great maker. There he is. He's back. He's horizontal. Look at him go.
Am I better now?
You're perfect, dude.
Yeah, whatever.
You're absolutely perfect.
That'll work.
That's how it's going to be. You're going to have the vertical. There's nothing you can do about the narrow pane, but yeah, you're the right orientation.
Okay, cool. I feel better now.
You look great, dude. And I'll tell
Thank
you, you're they've got both models on the site. So first,
Oh,
I wanted
nice.
to make sure everybody knows who you are. Brass Brigade, Jason Grant,
Yes, sir.
tattoo extraordinaire, handgun extraordinaire. We'll call it pew pew, tactical pew pew guy.
Yeah.
Amazing fixed blade maker. And one of the first hype knives I bought because Tri-State brought it to my attention. Before I knew he ran a voice changer, before I met him in person and realized his voice sounds like 2 octaves higher. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I won't even get into that story. When he walked past our cabin, we stayed together for Blade Show 2022. He and Kara came down and stayed with us at a cabin out in LJ, Georgia, and he didn't follow directions and got stuck down by the gate. And then so he walked and got lost, and I had to go look for him screaming. And I'd never talked to him without a voice changer. And I'm going up this windy mountain road going, Cole, Cole. And then I hear what I thought was at first a baby bobcat. I really did. I thought it was like a little bobcat that was getting ready to come out of the bushes, and I wouldn't know what to do because I'd feel like the mom was around.
Oh, yeah.
John. And then when he got closer, it was just like, dude, what's going on with your voice? He's like, I do so much editing that it drives me crazy to hear my voice. I totally get that. I can totally understand that. That's why I don't do editing or watch my videos back, because it drives me crazy too. But that's why he uses a voice changer, is because Cole does a lot of post-production. Cole does very good videography work. He's one of the best. I'll even give Roll Shambo a head nod to being good. But then when you look at people like Paul Might or B Shady, their Instagram pictures, they're just awesome. Yeah. And we'll still go look at Instagram after Jason gets through, but I'm going to turn it over to Jason and find out. Dude, I reviewed the Gripper V2 first proto. Was that about 6 months ago? Help me remember when that was.
Dude, it was probably longer than that, man.
Close to a year, wasn't it?
It was like a year.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. Do you remember? Do you mind saying who did that one when you were kicking that around?
BezTech.
That's what I thought, right?
Yes, BezTech did. And they did a great job. I mean, they really did.
They did. But these guys, and that's why Jason and I have been talking, because I just found out about this, about 7-8 days ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, because I saw the SLD Magic, I said, Dave, let me ask you. I know BezTech's not doing that. But I haven't heard the story how you found out about these guys and how you met them and who they are. Who are they? It looks like a young guy. And
North Mountain Blades. So I deal with this guy, Shane. So they're out of like China, obviously, right?
Right? Their
but they
website
have,
says they've been making knives for 8 years in China and been in the American market for a little over a year.
yeah. So I just reached out to them. I saw, what was the knife we were talking about the other day? The
The Dwyer,
kickstand.
the
No, no,
Dwyer,
no. The
no,
kickstand one.
the Chop 2 Plus, the
Yes,
kickstand. Yeah, with the Lee Williams kickstop.
correct. So I saw that knife and I was like, oh, dude, that thing's pretty cool, whatever. So I reached out to him, asked him to send me one because I wanted to check it out because I told him I'm looking to possibly collaborate with somebody. They sent it to me and dude, I mean, now I wasn't necessarily looking at it from like I was looking at it like how it was done more than like if it would be the type of knife I would actually buy. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
how
you
they
wanted to examine how they did their stuff, how their fit and
correct.
finish was, how they executed a project.
Yes, yes. Tolerances, looking at just like weird things that
Yeah,
most people
dude.
might not look at. Um, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I met up with this guy. I went to his house in Woodland Hills, about an hour from where I live, and introduced myself and, talked to him about possibly collaborating on a Gripper V2, right? And I had already had prototypes made.
Oh yeah, you were so far
Um,
along on it because, like I
uh,
said, that knife was ready to go a year ago.
Yeah, but I didn't want to freaking honestly, dude, if I'm being honest, I didn't want to go through the whole deal of me getting it produced and
We
having to
talked
put up
about
in the
that. Yeah, you were done with
webs.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Peter
over
from
it.
Therapeutic Edge is in the house.
Oh,
He went
hi.
live the other night, dude. He and
Yeah,
Christine were live, or one of Terry
nice.
Knox.
I just sent him he'll have the first prototype. I don't know, he either got it today or maybe he'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah, we talked. I butt dialed him on Instagram and ruined his day the other day. But go ahead. I won't get into that.
But anyways, so whatever. So we talked, we worked something out, and
So
dude,
it's basically their knife. The relationship is there. You got a licensing deal with them, so you're not having to, and you didn't have to put up a
no.
bunch of cash, and you're not having to keep a bunch of knives in your garage and ship out a bunch of knives.
Correct. Yeah. So, but here's the impressive part. So I knew they would do a pretty damn good job, right? Because I looked at other knives I don't even think they've put out yet when I was at his house. And so I was seeing some stuff they were doing. And dude, when I got these prototypes a few days ago, I knew they were going to do a good job, but I did
No,
not expect them to turn out the way they quite did, dude. They're fucking sick, dude. I mean, they're like, they're pretty gnarly, dude.
it
I can't
looks
even,
great. I mean, it looks to me. It looks. I'm trying to think what it looks different. I mean, it looks more of than the Best Tech version. I can't tell what that is. It's more than just the San Mai. I don't know what.
so this SLD Magic Steel, now, I'm not like a big steel nerd, but I know I like it. I know I've used it
Show the
on that.
spine. The core of that stuff's impressive because you can see it all the way through the spine of the
Well, it's
knife
hard to see on this one because
because of your gems.
they polished the. So what's crazy about the satin version they did, which is this one, or they're tumbled, I'm not sure exactly what they call it, but there is so much time and handwork gone into this blade. Not this one's DLC coated in 3V. This is 3V, right? Super
Right.
cool. But this one, dude, I don't know how the hell they got this finish. It's crazy. So beyond the Sanmai, right? Like beyond just the steel they used, dude, they have like, I don't know if they bead blasted it with like a really fine media, like on the bevels, and then they belt satined the flats and then polished the top of the jimping and the front of the knife. Do you
Oh
see
my
that?
God. Yeah. Look at the
Look at
detail.
the top of the jimping. So the top of the jimping is polished, just
While
the
you're up
top.
there, show the jimping where the blade meets the spine because we're going to talk
Oh,
about that in a little while. Yeah.
that's right here. So not only do you have internal stop pins, right? The back of the spine of the blade connects with the backspacer.
That's so awesome. That was so
So
awesome in the V2 that I loved in the proto that I looked at.
yeah, and it just helps it just be a little bit more robust. When you grip this thing, using that front finger choil, you're basically holding on to 1/3 of the blade. Look how far the
Yeah.
spine comes back. So what's
Kind of like
that
a
mean?
rust lock from Case.
Right. So look at that. So I'm gripping 1/3 of the blade right now.
Yeah, I mean that's
So
just extra, so much more
yeah,
support.
right. Girthy. And you know what's cool? They're shipping these with all replacement parts. So you have an extra
Pivot.
rock
They
bar
send it.
insert,
They send it all,
hardware,
dude. They do
pivot,
that. Yep.
everything. So how sick is that, dude?
It's awesome, and they do that with all knives. I'm going to answer hero sticks real quick. The
Okay.
Dwyer, and I don't know how different. I have you big. Let me make you small for just a second.
Okay.
The Dwyer is, I think it's a different design. I'm not 100% sure because the back of it's different. See how the Strider has more of an angle towards the back, where the Dwyer's more lazy. The ergonomics are identical. I like the smooth, which you can get a smooth version of my Strider better than the pocket shredding Dwyer, but the fit and finish, I like my Strider because it's a Strider, I guess, which is kind of snobby of me to say, but it's true. Probably a little bit better, but in terms of which is made better, I wouldn't say that the USA made Strider has any mechanical advantages over. Now, I'm sure the steel, my O1 tool steel, is going to be stronger than the SLD Magic, but I haven't tested that. But I love it. It's a little different design though. And I think that's a Dwyer thing because looking at the customs that Paul White said that are on North Mountain Blades website now, they're like 5 Dwyer customs on there, Jason. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Those are the owners from his personal collection, and they look just like this knife. So when
Nice.
Dwayne did the collaboration, I guess he sent him some originals to use as prototypes, I guess, or to use as templates. I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know how they took the Dwyer design, but I like to hear your story kind of exemplifies what I thought happened with this being a legit imported Dwyer knife, where he said, look, I'm just going to offer it and license it instead of selling it myself.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. Same thing. Like I designed a knife and they're making it. I'm just getting basically like a designer fee, right?
Right.
You know?
And it's enabling you to get your knife out there and get more designs out there if you want. Because
yeah, I just
won't
want
give it away,
people.
but you tell me you draw almost a knife every morning with coffee because your
Dude,
brain works like that.
yeah, I can draw a knife I can draw. I mean, yeah, I can just sit down and draw a design right
Women
now.
carry knives. What's up, young lady? Smedium. I love that word.
Extra medium.
Peter's got the V2 and it's amazing. He says they're driving home. So they're giving a group hello and a group hug.
Nice.
Sierra,
yeah.
what's up?
So on the V2, I would say this knife, this is not like a novice knife. This is not like the knife you're going to buy if you just start, like you're just starting on that journey to being like a knife guy, like knife collector. Because there are a couple things.
Or you're trying to just learn how to reverse flip. Yeah, because you can.
Well, you can pinch yourself, which, I don't care. You could pinch yourself between this and that, right? But this is not a front flipper. I know it looks like a front flipper and you can use it as one, but that's not the intended purpose of that. Yes, you can
Are
use
they calling it the G-Lock? I didn't read the description. They got a very
No, I don't think so, but that's what it is. It's just an extra form of lockup, right?
So it was an engineering feature more than a action feature or an opening feature.
Yeah, but like the way I would say this is a flipper tab knife and a deployment hole. Yeah, you can use that, but that's more for just,
for the lockup.
Yeah,
for the uniqueness of the lock. I guarantee you there's nothing like that. I mean, a rust lock, maybe a little bit, or some of the old locks, but that's just gorgeous, that black DLC. I want to share, let me get this off there and I'm going to pull up. Have you seen the write-up in the website lately? Their marketing pictures and stuff? You probably have.
I don't know.
Let me share it right here. Hold on. Tell me if you can see this. I know you're on a phone. You might not have a screen where you can see this.
Probably not, but I can look it up later. Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, let me scroll down. Show you what we got. This is North Mountain Blade X Jason Grant, the Gripper V2 collab. 2537. This is the DLC 3V. No price yet. Meet the designer. There's a lot of stuff here. We're proud to announce our collaboration with Jason Grant, the visionary mind behind the Gripper V2, based in San Diego, California. Jason's a true American craftsman who brings a lifetime of artistic and tactical expertise to the world of blade design, a fusion of art and precision. Jason's designs are forged from a diverse and elite background. Number one, 34-year master tattoo artist. His deep roots in the tattoo industry give him a unique eye for flowing lines, intricate textures, and bold aesthetics. Number two, masterclass shooter. As a top-tier competitive shooter, Jason understands the critical importance of ergonomics, grip texture, and reliable performance under pressure. Number three, custom tool designer. Jason is the founder of Brass Brigade, where he creates high-end custom tools and blades for the most demanding enthusiasts. And then it talks about your design philosophy. Jason's work is defined by overbuilt excellence. His blades are not just tools, they are functional pieces of art designed to fit the hand perfectly. Whether it's the aggressive geometry of the blade or the meticulous texturing of the handle, every detail is intentional. And then it talks about y'all's partnership. Our partnership brings Jason's elite custom design language to a broader audience. The Gripper V2 represents the pinnacle of this collaboration, combining his signature San Diego style with our high-end standard manufacturing to create a tool that is as beautiful as it is unstoppable.
Oh, I didn't read that yet. That's cool.
It is very cool. I mean kudos to you.
They summed it up. I mean, there it is right there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, and then they've got, I don't know, let me see how it looks where I share it, because I've got to center this up where you guys can see it as I click through the different pictures. Hold on.
Yeah, I didn't read that yet. That's pretty cool.
And both of them are up there now. So I don't know if you can see, it's not letting me share the satin one. Hold on. Sharing the wrong page. That's the one I wanted to be sharing. All right, that's what I was reading from. So this is the black. They've got the other one. I'm trying to think of the what is the steel called? Why can't I think of that name? SLD
3B?
Magic.
SLD Magic is the
so they've got these
one.
Basic pictures, and then they've got some actual professional photography. Is that changing the perspective when I click? Look at this detail around this lock bar right behind the choil.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that just looks awesome, dude.
Yeah, the lock bar access is really good on these. They nailed it. And I believe different from the BezTech one, it didn't have as much of a chamfer as this one has, if that makes sense, for the lock bar, access right here.
Right.
Dude, let me show you one thing though that I thought was pretty cool.
Let me stop sharing this. Hold on a second. Let me make you big again.
Yeah, I want to show you guys one thing that I think it's pretty cool. I oil my knives like I oil, firearms or whatnot. How cool are these little channels they cut in where you can see the internal stop pins? There they are. See them?
Yep, I see it.
And then you oil your little stop pins, and you can also get to the bearings through there. And just so you can.
So you've got easy access to oil it up.
Yeah, it's just one of those little things that they added that I didn't even think of. I thought was so cool,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and one thing we talked about.
The style I use when I do the regular flip is I kind of call it a pull off, like a light switch out. Like instead of doing a push in, not that flip, the regular flip.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. So I pull back like towards myself to keep from pinching my finger. It's a very normal motion. You just kind of have to train yourself to think of exactly just like that. I don't know.
You just follow through, right? You don't stop. You follow through. That way you clear the spine. Because it will. I had a guy try this today at my cousin actually. That was the first thing he did. He tried using the flipper tab and it hit like that.
They kept it just like that. It didn't lock up. Right.
So you just gotta, light switch it. But again, if you're
added strength, it's a very minor adjustment in your you know, your
Yeah.
aptitude.
And I would probably, I mean, I'm a,
Yeah,
Spidey
the
foot guy.
coffin is great, dude. It's so much sharper, like on the tripper, than on the original gripper. Not to take anything away from the original
Oh,
gripper, but
yeah.
I think moving to that coffin was just a home run because it's so sharp. I mean, I think that's just a great, not only distinctive Jason Grant feature, but it works very well. It's functional.
And I like on the coffin because you have those two angles, your finger just really locks in right there when
Oh yeah,
another thing, there's also a coffin on the front of the blade. It might be hard to show you guys. I'm going to try anyways. But the reason I put these champers the way they are at the top across the frag pattern is so that the front of the blade also makes an elongated coffin. See it?
I do see it.
Yeah. So that's why it's chamfered that way on this one. The V1 did not have that.
No, the V1 was just a straight. Did they add that, or did you add it, or did you have it
I
originally
did.
designed that way?
I did, yeah.
Dude, that's so cool. Was that something you
Just
had designed that Best Tech just didn't pull off? They
no,
didn't.
Beztech, I believe
Or
they
you added
actually
that?
did it too. No, they had it too. That was planned from the beginning, just I kind of like coffins, so I thought it'd be cool to try to, sneak one in there.
I love it, dude. I wouldn't have noticed it. It's so subtle, but it's very
Yeah.
distinct. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Be
And
Shady.
then
I've never handled one of their folders, but is the Overland Sport the Fixie? Because I did have one of those at Knives and More that I reviewed, and I loved that Overland knife, that little fixed blade, little Magna Cut, full tang, olive green is the one that we had. It's sold. That's your words, medium. And I always give you credit. I always say as coined by Web and Carry Knives, and I do dox you and say Christine, but they don't know if I'm spelling it with a K or a C, so that gives me a pass. Richard says he can't wait till he gets that Kirdashi.
oh, nice. Yeah, it's shipping tomorrow. Forgot I had tattoos today. Sorry, buddy. I'll get it shipped out in the morning. The post office was closed by the time I got home.
Cool to see her, Rick. Yeah, I'm not familiar as much with TJ Swartz. That little knife I saw it before I was ever working at Knives and More. Because they used to let me, the way I met those people is I walked in there and fell in love with the store. And then one day I asked them if I could do a walkthrough of the store. And they said, sure. And at the time, it was my most viewed video. It got like 18,000 views because it's such a unique store. And they sold they had some Protex that you couldn't find anymore. They had two of this one model. I forget which one, but it was like a 15-year-old Protec automatic knife. And they sold them instantly off the internet. And then like 4 months later, I did another walkthrough because their inventory changes so much. They buy and trade and sell so many knives. Dude, it's got right now 79,000 views. It's my most viewed video. A simple walkthrough of a knife store. That's how cool of a little knife store it is. But I saw that TJ Swartz in there and just loved it. And they used to let me come by on Saturday afternoons and pick up a couple of knives and do a review on them and take them back Monday morning before I worked there. What's up, Chris? Go ahead, buddy. I did not mean to cut you off. My brain's just
oh no, you're good.
I'm weaning myself off ADHD medication. It's not going very well. What's up, Lucky Dog Knife Company?
And so remember you were talking about that one knife, a pocket shredder?
Yeah, the Dwyer.
So the way they did this
looks totally different. If you look at this Dwyer jimping, it's much more pyramid. It's sharper.
Well, if you look at these, I kind of elongated them this way. And the way the pocket clip, the little nub that comes down, it lands right in the center of one of the long frags. And it does not shred your pants. I've actually been carrying the black one for the last few days. I'll carry it for the next couple weeks. I'll report back later. But yeah, it doesn't
to him just like a normal flat knife would.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it easy going in, easy coming out. You know what I mean? You don't get that. Sometimes when you have the frag pattern, if you don't do any milling underneath the pocket clip, it gets a little bit, snaggy on your pants. So
I'm going to show that real quick. Hold on one second. Like if you look at the Dwyer.
Oh yeah, that's
right between.
Yeah, no. See this one.
How sharp those are? Like they're pyramids. They're like pointy pyramids.
Yeah, they look cool, but
your clip is designed much better than this. Is like a Dwyer Strider clip, not one of their highlights. Hence why I've got a Lynch clip on my S&G.
Oh yeah, that looks better.
It works better. I mean, that's why I got it, for the functionality. Because again, let me get this off there and make you big again. Sorry about that.
But
I just wanted to show the difference. Yours looks like it's no problem at all.
yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I know that's a thing sometimes, you know, people don't want to shred their pants.
But
But
Frag
yeah,
feels so good.
no issues so far, you know.
What's going on, Cicero? Channel member for 2 months. Hey, Jason, this will annoy you. I think you see me. I have to give a quick man hug. I get to give a quick man hug. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Come by Sunday for our live stream, our members live stream. All you have to do is stop in and leave the secret word. Brown Sugar, what's up? Sorry, dude. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Nah, that's about it, man. I mean, oh, one more thing different from the V1. It's a flat grind instead of a hollow grind. It's a much wider blade, so you're able to bring the bevel up higher. I didn't want to do a full flat, you know what I mean? Because I do want it to be, you know,
Very
slicey, but also be able to handle some, you know, some work or whatever. So,
Well, be able to use that tip if you have to pierce it into somebody for sneaking up on you.
The
You come
Slurpee saver.
and be leaking. That's perfect size. I mean, I wish I can show my V1, but it wouldn't. You couldn't see. It's the perfect. I say it splits the size of the Tripper and the V1 almost perfectly. It almost goes in between them perfectly. I love
here's
that angry little
here's the
bit.
little Tripper for people that might be watching that have the Tripper. This is the difference in size.
It's perfect size.
See?
I mean, I love that.
It's just a much bigger, you know, definitely a box destroyer. I haven't even cut a box with this yet, if I'm being honest, but I will.
No, I know you will.
Yeah.
This is gonna
be the one that like literally I'll use the black one for the next couple months as my everyday carry, and you know.
And Jason, unlike me, uses his shit, so he can cut a bunch of stuff without cutting his finger off. I was telling him earlier why I don't do cut tests like Stasa, because if I cut intensively as much as once a day, I would have stitches so many times. I'm just.
Oh, you want to hear an embarrassing story real quick?
Sure.
So me and this is before I got into really got into collecting knives, like right before, and we were at like Big Five, and I want to buy like a Kershaw or Gerber, and I asked to see like one of the $40-$50 Gerbers or whatever. The guy hands me the knife, and I like open it, and I cut the shit out of myself. I'm starting to like bleed, and I'm like embarrassed, so I don't want to say anything to the guy, and put the knife on the counter and ran out of the store with my wife, and she still makes fun of me about that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I had the embarrassing story earlier from when I cut myself, and my ex-wife and daughter had to take me to the hospital to get stitches. It's about 15 years ago when I was still drinking. I didn't cut myself because I was drunk, but I was just not sober. And the cut was only 5 stitches, but I'm such a little girl, nothing against little girls, that my daughter's sitting in the back seat. I'm in the front seat. Ex-wife's driving. I'm bleeding profusely, and I can see I feel like I can see through my hand. So I immediately get ghost white, have to hang my head out the Tahoe window, throw up while my daughter's watching it stream past her at 65 miles per hour.
Oh man.
And just the biggest sissy. I mean, it's hard to come back from that, man. That's not a very good dad move. It's this row. It's the North Mountain Blade X Jason Grant right here. I put the link in the chat right now. It's not for sale yet, but it
will be soon.
It's going to be soon, right?
Yeah, I'll find out. I'll get a hold of Shane tomorrow, and I'll do a little update post. And I know the black ones are done. These are finished. The ones in 3V, the DLC coded ones. These ones they're still working on. I feel like there's a little more work that goes into these ones, like handwork.
Right.
But yeah, they came out really good. You'll see. You'll have one soon enough. I mean, I know you reviewed the last prototype, but I think once you get this one, you'll like it.
I'm sure I'll be stoked, dude. And what's cool about it is when by having that licensing arrangement instead of doing it traditionally, I noticed this with the Dwyers. Again, I bought mine from a buddy, traded him for it because I'm not buying knives currently, but they sold out of the 3V first, the Tonto, then the Bowie. And within a week, since they're the OEM, they're back in stock. Because I think what they do is they ship out of a USA warehouse, right?
I believe they ship them out. I believe, yeah, from Shane, the guy that I met up with, their representative that lives here in California.
Okay.
I
Because
believe
that's
they
what
ship him all the stuff. He gets the orders and ships them accordingly, to whoever.
Hero Sticks has a question. You might not know this yet, but do you have a
Okay.
price range on the V2
So,
yet?
no, I don't. Now, I do know what we talked about, but I don't want to say it because it's not as much as you think it would be, though.
No, and that's what I was going to say. If you go to their
Yeah.
site, if you go backwards on that site, Hero Sticks, and look at like the Dwyer's probably one of their more expensive knives. Now they make $600 slip joints, but they also make a slip joint that to me looks about the same. It's just not handmade for a very reasonable price.
Yeah. Okay. So I put it this way. I'd say it won't be more than the original gripper was.
Which, 5 years later is amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And it
It's
hasn't
about
gotten
the
old.
same
I mean, 'cause
price
back
as
then it was, I want to say it was, what did that knife sell for? Was it 275?
300.
300. 299 and 300. Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah, I think, and their workmanship. Again, I've had the pleasure of reviewing 4, and I know A to Z will buy more. My local buddy who lets me review a lot of his knives, and they're really good. Like that Chop 2, the first one I reviewed was desert ironwood handles on a titanium frame with that Tonto Japanese look, the Sanmai blade, and it was $160.
yeah, this steel is good. Now I haven't done any test or Rockwell testing or anything like that, but I have used the shit out of the other one the one they sent me. I carried that every day for a little over a month because I wanted to see how it, performed, and held an edge really well. Wasn't too terrible to sharpen, but it was kind of hard to sharpen. So that's a good thing. That means
It
it's
shows it's hard.
right. But it wasn't like, headache sharpening hard.
It
It's
wasn't
good.
because it was feathering out or anything crazy like that.
Correct.
What's
So
what's kind of fascinating about it is, where was I going with that? It had something to do with the strength of the that blade steel. Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but I've got dementia, so it doesn't matter. What do you got those little Kiradashis up there? I know I saw the picture of the one that Richard bought.
these are just the couple I've made lately. This one is in Alabama, Damascus. This one has a hollow grind, has my little G choil. So the sharpening choil, I try to make it look like the letter G. That's why I
I
call
think
it a
that's
G
so
choil.
cool. Yeah.
Um,
I love those
this,
shadow box scales. That's not easy to do.
no, these are scales made by Gabe's Throw Files. He's a guy that makes like badass axes, and he makes like the segmented scales. These he made. I mean, I made them for the knife, but
Well, you made
he
them
made
shadow
this.
box. What I say is the way that they're installed, they're not flush.
Oh, I got what you're saying,
So,
where it
and
has
that's, yeah, you had to center them in there.
the
Yeah.
frame. Yeah. Yeah, but
That's awesome, dude.
those are Gabe's profile scales. I know what you mean by shadow box, like this one's shadow box. Sorry.
Exactly. No, that's fine, dude. I mean, I think they look great. They look like they're killer little cutters.
Yeah, these ones are cool, man. They're just, Kiradashis. They're just, you see how I put the jimping on the bottom as well? Just for like a little index point
I love it.
for the bottom
It's a
fingers.
checkpoint. So you can
Yeah.
what do you call it? Tactile, get some tactile feedback before
Right.
you. Jason, ever thought about a mini gripper? B Shady asks.
So I made a gripper, a prototype a couple years ago. It was wider than the tripper, about the same size. It was basically like if you shrink this one down. And it was, I want to say 2.8-inch blade. But I never made it because at the time I had just made the OG gripper and I wanted to do something different. So I did this one instead.
Talk
And
about how
then
that handles the mirror flip over of a gripper. because the handle shares some design elements that aren't immediately noticeable.
Oh yeah. Well, not quite, but yeah.
No, but there's design elements that you carried over.
Well, yeah, just the whole,
Yeah,
just
I think that's
the
cool.
angles, the straight back. I like straight back knives. I just think that it's a more universal grip. It fits more people's hand comfortably. I love straight. Even if you look at my fixed blades, they usually have straight backs.
Yep.
Some don't, but most do. You know?
I think that's a very valid point. And I know what I was going to say now. I was going to say that by having the licensing agreement, by feedback that Jason gives and sales and things like that be shady, North Mountain Blade could make it a reality a lot quicker if there was demand for it.
Well, the reason I made this specific size a 3-inch is because if you remember, the original gripper was 3.5 inches, right?
Right.
The original gripper is a 1/2 inch longer than this one. And the most request I had was to do a 3-inch gripper more than anything else, more than doing a 4-inch, more than doing a sub 3-inch. People were asking for a 3-inch gripper. So that's part of the reason why the V2 is a 3-inch.
I think it's perfect size. I know the first prototype was, and that's the same basic profile.
Yeah, it's, I just think, I think they did it a little better, to be honest. I mean,
that doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Oh, another thing.
Hush, hush, Cicero. It's just what it is. Let me show you. If you go to North Mountain Blades website right now, they're showing the knife. They've even got the DLC, the black one is already completed. Yeah. So it's on its way, I'm guessing, to California so that they can put the price on the oh, I've got it over here. I forgot I had 2 screens. See, that's why I shouldn't have 2 screens. So it's just showing sold out now. It's not sold out.
It's not. No, it's just.
And I think Jason will probably make a post maybe tomorrow if they have a date, kind of announcing it.
Yeah, I will definitely ask them tomorrow when exactly they're planning and price.
Yeah, but if you go to like northmountainblades.com, if you didn't know about the link, whoops. And then you just go over here and put Grant in. There they are.
There they are.
And they've got all the marketing pictures, even on and they do say proto. So these are the protos they took the pictures of.
Yeah.
I noticed it said prototype right there on the.
Yeah, you're getting one of those to review soon. So.
Yeah, I told Peter to take his time. I don't know if I told you, but so he and I were, he sent me a Instagram DM. Peter and Christine are some of my favorite people in the world. I haven't talked to him in a long time. And so I sent him a DM. He sent me a DM back. And when I was closing out my Instagram, I accidentally hit that call button. Well, Peter, being the kind of guy he is, he answered. So his face just shows up on my phone before I could stick it back in my pocket. I'm like, Peter, dude, I'm so sorry. I've dialed you. And we ended up talking for like 30 minutes. But I said, yeah, buddy, you take your time with it, love on it. Because he said, I'll get it right out to you. I was like, I mean, I'm not that guy. I don't need to, I'm not in a rush. I love the Tripper, but a mini warning would be, I agree. There's nothing wrong with that, buddy. Oh, B Shady's I think he's talking about why he asked about the mini gripper, because he likes the Warney better than the Tanto.
Oh, that's my favorite blade shape. Warncliffe, 100% hands down, is my favorite blade shape.
That's sweet, dude.
It's just one thing I didn't point out.
I hope you're excited.
Hey, the jimping on the flipper tab too. I didn't think I talked about it. Dude, it is so sticky in a good way, but doesn't hurt. I can't wait till you get the prototype and you get to check it out, man.
I can tell you already that's much more refined than the best tech.
It's crazy. You'll see. It's like grip tape for a knife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it, dude. I think it's just beautiful. And again, the coffin hole's what I use.
Yeah, me too. But I'm just saying, like, for people that like the flipper tab, they did a great job on the flipper.
Yeah, and they do great work.
The detent's good, you know, a little stiff, but I like them like that. I'd rather it be a little heavy than a little loose.
Yep.
Yeah, correct. I like that kind of hydraulic, where you got to jiggle it a little bit to close it rather than a guillotine. Like, look at that.
That's
Butter,
perfect. Perfect. I mean,
butter.
again, that's one of the reasons I don't carry my Evo more, because I remember when Lefty dropped his and the choil hit his pinky or his thumbnail and cut right through it.
Oh, that's
Dro-
so satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look so good.
Like a little
That
hydraulic.
DLC, the more you show that DLC, it looks it almost like a polished DLC.
I know, dude.
Satin
Look,
DLC.
you can see the grind lines in the bevels. How sick is that? Look at that.
Yeah.
Because usually they hand sand all that out and then DLC it. They left the grind lines in the bevels, which I just think is super cool,
I think it's just a great job. I'm
And then the
excited for
top,
you, dude.
the top of the frag pattern on the spine of the blade is also kind of polished, like on the Magic Steel one.
Mm-hmm.
See how it's a little shinier on the
Yeah.
top? So cool.
And probably on
Like
the
just,
front of the blade too, where that coffin is, that elongated coffin.
yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Boom.
Yeah, that's
See
sick,
it?
dude.
Yeah, they did a really good job, man. I'm really stoked that I get to collaborate with such a cool company,
Oh yeah, I mean, because you've got your hands full with your fixed blade and your primary, tattoo art.
Yeah.
To be able to have a partner like that you can, get more of your designs that are just brain children now out there, right? Without
Yeah,
having
that's
to
what I like.
put mental gymnastics through it.
Yeah, I would love to just design cool knives and just collaborate with people. I mean, I'd be okay with only collaborating with this company for a while, indefinitely.
Exactly. That's what
I,
I think. That's what the best partner is a partner you grow with.
yeah, I've got a design for, check this out, like a Bowie flipper. Like, but imagine a gripper and a Bowie had a baby.
That's hard to
Like
imagine, dude.
like
I'm
an
telling you,
aggressive
that's like
Bowie,
algebra
like a knife with some belly.
and a major clip.
Yep. Super aggressive, same aggressive jimping on the spine, all the way up to the dip of the, Bowie part. It has that little dip. Kind of like I did a little dip on this one. See how it has that little dip?
Yeah, a little bit of a
But
trailing point there.
yeah, but the dip is further up. So you have jimping that goes all the way to the start of I already drawn it. So you have jimping that goes all the way up to where the dip goes, and then a hollow.
It's just a deep belly.
Yep. But
That's
yeah,
exciting, dude. I mean, I think
that's
having a partner like that will put more of your work out there if you want it to be. And I think that's all you can ask for is a artist that only has so many hours in the day and is a family man and has hobbies and likes to do stuff too. I mean, you can't do it all yourself.
No, I'd love to just make a couple more knives for them. That would be a good little goal for 2026,
I think that's awesome, buddy. You're
Yeah.
always welcome here to talk about it because I think you're probably one of the, I mean, we know each other very well. You always have cool stuff to say.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
Robin's got a little fixie.
Oh,
I've got
cool.
a couple. I've got a little. Let me grab it. I got it right here because I put it on a short the other day.
Yeah, my fixies, I try not to make the same one twice, so they're always a little bit different,
Oh yeah,
Little Altamore.
making this isn't the one I was going to show, but this is one that's in that drawer. And unfortunately, I'm putting it's in a magnetic sheath. Let me make you small for 1 sec. Unfortunately, it's in a magnetic sheath, so that chain's around it. But you remember this little guy that's got the coffin in the spine?
Oh yeah, dude, that's a mini J Cal.
Yeah, it's
That's
a mini
one of
J
the
Cal.
Oh, that's an oldie, dude. That's
Yeah,
what we
dude.
did.
I've got every one of my J Cals. Let me show you the one I was going to show you.
That's
think
when
it's
I
got a mini
made.
gripper vibe to it.
That's before we got our house. That's when we were living in Dana Point when I made that one.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
on the top. I know you don't have long, Jason, but you're gonna have to sit tight for 2 seconds while I grab
I'm
this.
good. Take your
I've got it
time.
right over here.
Bink.
Because I call this my mini gripper. Remember that little guy?
Oh yeah. That's wait, yeah, that's water jet knives cut those blanks out for me
How
because I
sweet
didn't
is
want.
that?
Oh man, dude, I only made like 20 of those ones, I think.
If you ever want this sent back to make more,
No,
I mean,
no, keep it.
I love this knife.
Oh yeah, that's like when that's
It's
one of
got
the
a
first
splinter digger
ones.
tip.
That's one of the first ones I used. Because remember when I first started making them, you got one of my very, very first ones.
I've
I
still
was
got it. That
doing,
little trailing point. It's a chisel grind.
yeah, and then remember I wasn't doing removable scales. I was doing the epoxy handles and stuff.
Yeah, this one has Tree of Life, or something like a Tree of Life brass pins. Not
Yeah,
this one, but the first one you made.
mosaic pins.
Yeah, I've got that knife if you want to see it.
Yeah, I don't even make knives with mosaic pins anymore, unless someone specifically asked for them because they do look cool. But I also like to be able to take the scales off if you want to.
Have
But
you seen the knife that I designed that Shane Gables made? You're not going to like it because it's and that's okay. Uh-oh, cat's walking across the soundboard. God damn it, Puck.
oh, he's making
He just
music.
stepped across the soundboard and hit a trigger.
Oh yeah,
See that little
what's
guy?
that called?
It's called the Fret.
The fret. Yeah, no, I like that. That looks
It's
like a
it's a
box
different little
destroyer.
knife. It's my little cat food opener, Amazon box breaker downer. It's Magna Cut, 64.5 HRC, really tall and thin.
Yeah, that's cool. That
Definitely.
looks like.
Yeah, it's different. It's something I drew, and I wasn't going to draw anything, but Shane, my buddy, Edgy American Blades, he's on the lives with me a lot. He
Yeah,
started making knives a year ago at Blade Show, so about a year ago, June, a little over a year now. And I guess about a year ago, a little after that, maybe about 7 months ago, he said, if anybody wants to collaborate on a knife, if you got a design, I'll be happy to make one for you. Well, I didn't think anything about it. I didn't, but he and I are friends. We're local, pretty local, about an hour apart. And he's like, dude, all you got to do is get a set of French curves from Amazon and get a sketch pad and look at knives that you like and draw some shit. And so I did. I drew one and I drew a bunch. Actually, I've still got like 8 or 9 drawings.
nice.
But I kind of liked it and I sent it to him and then he tweaked it kind of real world. He did more to it because we had him at Blade Show to show people, but we didn't even take it out because it changed. I mean, he realized he wanted to make something totally different. Not totally different, but absolutely shady. Thanks, Paul Mills. It's a different little fixie. It's definitely, Richard's carrying his BUK Jason Grant fixie today.
Oh, the buck, the backup knife.
Very, very cool. So you got big plans for the weekend, buddy? Are you working? Or are you
Me,
familying?
I think I'm gonna try to do something with the wife tomorrow night, and Sunday I'm tattooing, and that's about it. I got to hit the post office tomorrow. Ship these little knives out right here. Oh, except for this one. This one's still up for grabs. This little Kiridashi with the Ultim
Let
handles.
me make you big because I didn't see that one earlier.
Yeah, I just pulled it out a minute ago. Just a simple. I had a little piece of Ultim left, so I wanted to use it. So I also used a little piece of this is Alabama Damascus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
cool.
like
Just a
it, dude.
little Kuridashi, you know.
What do you what's the dollars on that one?
Well, if someone from your show wants it, $100.
If anybody's interested in that little guy, DM Jason. I'm gonna throw his IG up
Has
here.
a little hollow grind on it. Super, super pointy. Ultim scales, removable hardware. Just
You
a cool
guys
little
aren't
knife.
you guys aren't following Jason Grant. I'm putting his Instagram in the chat right now.
Thank you.
Go follow him. And that's also
Yeah.
the best way to communicate with him on questions or on knife inquiries. Your books are open, aren't they?
Yeah,
Or how do you? I don't know how you work that. I shouldn't speak for you.
well,
should
what I
ask you.
usually do is, yes, I will, if someone wants a knife, reach out to me and we'll get it done. But I usually just make them and post them when I have them up for grabs. I do have to. I have like 3 or 4 people's knives. I'm going to be working on the next few days. I have like a chef's knife I'm doing and a paring knife for a guy, which those ones are actually almost done. And then I have a couple others I got to do, but I'm pretty much caught up now.
Dude, that's so sick.
Yeah, I was backed up, but I'm caught up now. So I mean,
That
pretty
looks like
much.
a wicked talon.
Oh yeah, that one.
It's just so sick.
Oh,
And your
that I
offset
did.
jimping is, I mean, dude, it's just next level stuff. You've come a long way, dude. I tell Shane that too. I mean, it's amazing. And I guess if you're doing it every day,
Oh,
or
check out that purple one. Look at the one up there with the purple. Yeah, in the middle.
is
No, down.
right here. Ah, I gotcha.
That one. That one came out pretty cool. That
Ooh.
that has
Mhm.
Gabe's throw file scales on it. That's also using Alabama Damascus done on a Taurus CNC grinder. Always.
Just amazing. And those scales, guys, are not inexpensive at all. They're a price driver,
Uh,
as is the
uh,
Alabama Damascus, but the scale material.
just those scales are like $100.
Yeah, just the material.
Just the scales are $100.
So is that some of your Alabama Damascus?
Yep.
Very cool. But y'all follow Jason, and I mean, he puts stuff. Look at this knife right here with a computer board in it, or
Oh
circuit
yeah, with the
board.
old circuit board with Altum over it.
Dude, it's just sick. Nobody does that shit. But you're not, I mean, I always say that, and I never mean it as a derogatory, but you're an artist. I mean, you make knives and you're very talented, but you see, and that's sick too, with that top grind.
Yeah, that top freaking what do they call that? A zero edge. So it
Mhm.
comes down
Like a
to
upside
the
down
edge.
Scandi.
Yeah, so it has a hollow grind on the bottom, and the top is it's a swedge that comes down to a edge.
Yeah, so they're both sharp.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like it's a sneak. If somebody comes to sneak and they're gonna be leaking, and you can make them link a long way. There's a little mini gripper.
Oh, yeah. That one. I don't do a lot of satin finish blades. I call that the Tateyama finish because my wife always gives me a hard time. She's like, "You need to do more knives that are smoother," like because she likes that real satiny,
Refined finish.
right? So every time I do one of those, I call it the Tateyama finish.
I love it. Does she understand why your texturing is the way it is? Because I think it kind of comes from your line work that you've done for so many years. I mean, you almost
Yeah,
are
she
tattooing
does.
steel.
She does, but she likes what she likes. She likes the more
Oh yeah,
uh simple stuff. She actually has her, I had bought her a couple knives. The oh, what is it? The Justin Lindquist. Oh, what is it? It's very simple. It's a front flipper only knife. It's like a dinner knife or a gentleman's knife. It's very
the line
small.
LUT
What's it called?
LUDT maybe.
Maybe one of those. But yeah, she loves it. She loves the simple stuff,
Yeah,
like just the
1931
clean.
leatherwork sheath from Terry. Look at that.
Oh yeah, I love those.
He
I gotta
does all
actually
the
have
sheaths.
he needs
He
to
does.
make me some more.
He makes all the sheaths for my little frets come with one of his sheaths.
Yeah, they're so sick.
They are sick. Dude, that's a sick little knife, a sick little package. But everybody definitely follow Brass Brigade. But I'm going to show you something else. He probably doesn't want me to, but if you go to Jason Grant Tattoos,
Oh no.
I know
The
he's got over
tattoos.
10,000 followers. Dude, you should. Did that move? All right, check this out. And this is the guy who's making your knives.
I'll show him the skull with the shotgun right there. Yeah, that guy. That guy's kind of cool.
Not
That's
that
a
one.
that's a
Oh,
Sacred
that's very
Heart.
cool. Look at that line work, though. I mean,
That guy. That guy's pretty cool.
he's very cool, man. I mean, look at the grimace on his face, and he's a skeleton. You shouldn't be able to get expressions on skeleton faces, but you do. Beautiful humans right there. Look at that work, though. I mean, dude, you're the shit. I'm proud to know you. I brag about you to people that don't know you. I know a guy who's
The lizard man.
tattooed Wiz. I mean, look at the detail in that.
Oh, that's on my friend Nick. That's a cool little eye.
I mean, the detail in it is stunning. I mean, you can see the wetness in the corner of the lid. You can see the tears, like in the tear ducts, and to me, it's artists, knife makers, anybody like that. It's so over my capabilities that I find it very impressive. But your impressive is on an entirely different level, because I used to watch Inked. I used to follow Kat Von D, her show, and all that shit. So I've seen the people that position themselves as a shit. There's no shit out there. I mean, this is as good as anything I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you,
dude. I mean, it is. It's just it's amazing. You're talented. I'm gonna drop this in the chat. Not that you need more followers here. How many you got? You got 10,700. Let's get him to 11,000. Jason, you're the man, dude. I appreciate you taking time out of your Friday night to hang.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Well, dude, you're welcome anytime. You know that. And I appreciate you being so gracious. Jason, you got the one you're putting together for me handy to show, Peter?
Is that a therapeutic edge?
Yeah, it's therapeutic edge. Peter, I'm sorry. I dox them instead of using their screen names that they put to protect their anonymity.
Tell them to hold tight. Hold on.
He's holding tight. Hold tight. He's getting it. B. Sadie is throwing a truth statement out there. I agree. So, bad story. I usually break into not a bad story, just in Alabama for I guess you should be normal. I usually will drink a Red Bull, which I'm almost through with. And that's when I switched to my 50 milligram hemp soda that I love so much, my THC soda. They don't sell it here anymore. In 2026, they only sell 10 milligrams, the most you can put in a can. And they don't sell it at my gas station anymore because you got to buy it at the liquor store. Which you would think, well, why? Well, it's because Alabama is a controlled poor state. So they hold you fucking hostage. And if you're a liquor store, which my buddy owned for years, you can't just go to Jack Daniels and buy your liquor from your rep. You have to go to an ABC store and buy it from the state so that they can double dip you on taxes. Really
okay,
cool
so I got it. So check it out. I'm making him one like this, similar to this, right? Deep hollow grind, except his is going to have jimping and swedges. This is not finished. That's why it looks the way it does. And then he wanted thin. We're just doing black. This is like a simple camp knife. Black canvas micarta scales, but they're only 3/16 of an inch thick, so they're not
so it
fat.
keeps it thin. Yeah.
And I just did the scales tonight. I still got to hand sand them and stuff, but this knife will look more like the bevels will look more like this one when it's finished, if that makes sense. And I'm going to do satin bevels, and I'm going to do battle worn flats. So yeah, kind of a post-apocalyptic with some flair to it type knife when it's finished.
That is gorgeous. Matt Yako says, congratulations, Jason. He'll be buying that one. I don't know. That was a while back. So hopefully he'll send you let me show Christine just sent a message. Let me pull something up and share the tattoo that she wanted to share from Jason. Boom, boom. Oh, wow. Check this out, Jason. You might have this picture.
I actually need to take more pictures. I don't take enough pictures.
You see that?
Oh, yeah. That was on her a few years ago. They came down and got tattooed.
Yeah, I remember that from their
live.
I remember from their live stream. They had a live stream after they got back from their tattoo session with you, or maybe they were driving back, or they were driving there. Because I always watch their lives. But see what she's holding?
Yeah, that's cool. A gripper.
That's very cool, Christine. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Nice. I love when I get to tattoo someone that's into knives and stuff. That's cool,
That's very cool.
Yeah, if anyone ever wants to get tattooed and you like knives, just Yeah, I'm the guy. I'm your guy. We could talk about knives and do tattoos.
And guys, if you're looking for some ink, San Diego's a plane ticket away. You just have to schedule it out first. And if you're looking for something extensive, plan for some time. Awesome stuff.
Well, thank you.
That's core
Thank you
memory.
for letting me.
I can remember stuff like that, but I can forget something that was said 30 seconds ago. I've got some kind of degenerative, atypical brain, but I'm kind of embracing it now. Again, my 2026 moniker's changed a little. My how'd I say it? My purpose is kindness, but my wingman's fuck off. I forget how I had that phrase. It wasn't exactly like that. But I'm going to lean into kindness. But I'm at that age where I just can't. I don't have the mental aptitude to give a fuck that much about certain things. One of the reasons I'm out of my comment section, I try to get in there. I did it. If you ever get flies and flurries, it's me. But I don't go in there because I'm the kind of guy that will argue with people. I don't want to be mental complex. Not argue with people. I'll just be snotty. It brings the worst out of me. Comment sections. Social media is toxic. I just lean into the toxicity.
There you go.
Well,
all right, brother. Well, thank you for having me on.
Have a great night. Good luck. I'm excited for you. Crispy Critters in the house. I am so glad you came on and shared this with us. I'm glad I get to check one out. And I'm really stoked for you, dude. I hope it goes well. And I hope it allows you to do what you want to do, to spread more designs out there.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you for having me on. And then, I'll talk to you in a day or two. And then I'm excited for you to check out one of these little V2s.
Absolutely, buddy. You'll see the unboxing when I get it. And then I'll do a quick review. Because I do overviews. It'll be an overview and I'll bag that so it'll go out like 6-7 days later. And I look forward to seeing it.
Perfect. Right on, guys. Well, Happy New Year.
And guys, don't forget, DM Jason for any fixed blades. He's very responsive on IG. I'll throw his link back up there after he goes. But thank you again, buddy.
All right. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you.
You too, brother. Love you, dude.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
How sweet was that? I don't know if y'all can hear my, I'm not even going to call him my cat because he's just visiting right now. He's the feral cat that's been, I guess he's decided to come in about almost a month ago and he didn't leave. He leaves, but he just jumped up behind me. But he's feral to the point that I feel safe around him. I mean, he sleeps in my lap. We're kind of bros, but he's one of those bros that's kind of like your big brother that fucks with you all the time. So like he'll come over and I know it's some cats that aren't really domesticated yet. That's why I have to look over my shoulder. They communicate by biting, and not biting to where they're tearing your flesh out, but just letting you know that they're there. And so he'll be asleep. Like New Year's Eve, he slept beside my leg. He just fell asleep there. I thought, oh, that's kind of cute. Well, he had a dream or something. Woke up. I'm watching TV. Woke up, turned his head, didn't even get up to bite my fucking leg. You know, and it's not a make you bleed bite, but it makes you think bite. So I don't trust him. And he, instead of meowing, he's got this meow when he's hungry. And then he's got this really aggravated meow. The only thing I've got going in my favor is Tippy, the cat that I've had for like 13 years. She's an old female cat, smaller than Puck, but she owns his ass. She lights him up every day. Every time he walks within paw distance of her, she's giving him the fistful of knives. And she's not holding her claws back. So he respects her, right? I squirted him because my mom said, what you need to do is get a squirt bottle and just squirt him with it. And I say, well, I've got some from our sharpening stones. It's got a little oil and soap, so he'll probably hate that. Well, that little bastard started like a dog will lean into a hose and start chomping at it. I squirted him once. He squared up, looked at me as mean as he's ever looked at me, and then bit it the next time I squirted at him. And then it just dripped off his shoulder. And I moved. I got off the couch because I could tell he was getting ready. He's only jumped at me once. But again, I kind of leave him alone. I don't have the heart to kick him out, especially in the winter. But he's not been claimed yet because he could come at me just at will. Let me check something, guys, real quick. Let me see where we are in terms of satisfaction time. all my other guests just blew me off. They don't care. See if we go to Bees is live. See, said fact. Uh-oh. There it is. Ooh. Hold on, kids. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you at all. Oh, we got 32 minutes. We're good. Because someone else is live. That since my friends abandoned me, they're the ones that keep me from showing you guys stuff like this. Let me introduce you to Klingenweks. Welcome, Klingenweks. This is a live streamer. Oh, where is he? Where's Karmic? Where's Karmic? Where'd he go? Uh-oh. There goes Puck. I don't know how he hits that same pad every time. All right.
Nature can't be tamed. Flipping the script, changing the game.
Don't give up on it yet. Hold on. Oh, don't lag on me. You got to wait when he comes back. This guy lives in North Minnesota. He's bizarre. This is his AI music, and that's his AI video that he makes. If you can read his chat, he's getting hate. He'll come back in a second, and he's Arrested Development's what I think about. I'm lagging. Fuck. Oh well. Let me mute it. I'm gonna make y'all see this guy though when he comes back. I'll mute him for a while. But Klingenweks is a trip. He's a dry drunk, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but he had a relationship, and I shouldn't know this stuff, but I'll watch his stream. And they're podcasts that cover his podcast because it's so over the top ridiculous. Comment, dancing again. See, I can't believe it was Scarlet in the chat, blah, blah, blah. Real Scarlet, who knows? See what happens. Let's go back and watch it without sound. It won't lag. So I don't know how you create AI music. He's got a Spotify out there. To me, it's just AI music. He claims that he recorded music, and then there he is. There's Klingenweks. All right, you got to listen. You got to check out this cat.
Hi. Welcome back to Klingenweks Live. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm just carrying myself into a new hour.
He makes no sense when he talks. He doesn't know what words mean, so he'll say words that don't go together.
I was having a tough time earlier. Yeah, it goes without saying, but you calm down after a while.
He's also off the charts.
You do. Yes, you do.
So he's about to read a comment where somebody's going to piss on him and he's going to flip out. He chain smokes. He used to drink like a half gallon of Crown Royal each stream, and his streams would go for 11 hours. And he alienate all these people. And then he got hooked on 7 O's, those kratom things. That's not a bad.
A lot of people are in the background telling me my microphone wasn't being used. Yeah, I apologize for that, people. I wasn't looking.
I'm going to turn it off in just a second. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but when he reads a chat that gets him in I
apologize.
If he doesn't freak out in 60 seconds, we'll leave.
I apologize. That was highly unprofessional. Oh, and I hate myself. I hope my voice is working now.
This is his streams. Dumb. It's just, he just sits there and communicates.
I wasn't even looking at the chat when I was in MLC mode. I don't even look at it. It's not in my purview, if you will.
Purview.
Not in my view. So I do apologize to everybody.
He makes up words.
Skybrick, my Mr. Co-pilot, that in-flight movie was horrifying. I was horrified. Yeah.
Somebody will shit on it in a second.
That was a wild fucking
He does it for super chats. So when somebody super chats and he has to read it. So all the shit in the regular chat, which you can't read, is fucking with it.
Yeah, that was. I went there for a little while.
So we're gonna
I
get out
was
of here.
over there. Now I'm over here.
I'm giving him 60 seconds.
Yes.
He's not doing shit.
Good God.
He has to freak out on somebody because he blocks half his chat all the time. Sometimes he cries on stream too. He's an on-stream crier.
I did send Scarlett the link. If she wants to hop on, she can. Yes, she can. But I don't know if she sees it. So
anyway, that's Karmic X. Y'all can never get that thought out of your mind. But yeah. So that's why when my friends are here having crazy conversations and we're getting into it, it keeps me from brain rotting out to Karmic X. But what we haven't done and what we have time to do real quick is scroll through Instagram, because I promised y'all we'd do that and we haven't yet. Let's go to Instagram and let's go to home. Let's see what we got. We got to the Jack Wolf, Timberjack. I do get a lot of cat videos, as you might imagine. Check them out. We've got those. I've never seen the one on the left, but the one on the right, Ryan Ellis picked one up. That is a Case Barlow in S35VN. They also have a Sodbuster in S35VN. That's one of the ugliest knives. We've got those. That's the Baby Doc, which is a little mini doctor's knife. That'd be a great Coke spoon. If I'd still did Coke, I'd buy one of those knives. Couple of red micarta cases, a Barlow and a Sodbuster. So see, I used to not follow Case. There's one of the S35 Sodbusters. But now, do y'all know who owns Case? First person in the chat wins a Go Boy or Girl, if it's a girl that wins it. Do y'all know who Case's owner is? Who is it? Oh, it was me. I won. Who would have thought that? Because we've got probably 1,000 Case knives and we've got a tiny little Zippo display. But Zippo owns Case. Zippo owns Case. So back to Instagram. Tigers. Did you know tigers can and will take revenge on those who have wronged them? They are one of the most vengeful animals on the planet. That's because they're a cat. EMP EDC. That looks like a relative. A fantastic knife. I own that knife. Flossie, the world's oldest cat, has turned 30. Breaking news. Decon Blades makes the coolest shit. Beautiful stuff. Ad. Cat. Man went to adopt a cat, but it wouldn't leave its brother, and he ended up having to take both. I don't care who you are. That's cute shit. Look at them. That is an Aurelia. One of the baddest knives out there. BMK knife and tool. Some meme. Jacob creates chickadee. A Dimco that Brian reground, transparent knives. Look at that regrind. A Bowie and a hologrind. That's sick. What's that? A blade you'll want to play with. ED Scalpel, that's a sponsor, so that's an ad. That is a guy literally ruined everyone's New Year by using a green laser on fireworks. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's like Space Invaders. That's funny. I don't care who you are. There is a BP Customs. There's a place with more cats. Yeah, there's a teakel. Looks like a nighthawk. There's a spider hunting a fly. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's about to get the fly, I'm guessing. Let's see if it catches, sneaks up on it. Y'all probably can't even see it because it's so small, but I can't change it because my ADHD is what you call hyper focused on it. So I'm now watching the little spider come up the backside of the wood. It's going too slow. If this doesn't change in 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, he's getting close now. Is he going to jump on it? Is it a jumping spider? Or is he just going to run up there and grab it? See, I can't look away, guys. I'm wasting y'all's time again. But he's getting closer. I don't know if y'all can tell, but he's doing a Michael Jackson moonwalk, getting closer to that fly. I don't even see his little legs moving. That was worth it. Look at that. I don't know if y'all are following Decon, but you should be. I'm going to drop him in the chat. Go back to home. Pop Decon in the chat. Share it. Oh. And back to where we were going. Let's see. Uh-oh. Push the wrong button. Wrong button. Dang it. Hold on, kids. Come back. I'm just checking to make sure I'm not letting time get away from me. All right, we've got how much time? How much time? We got 23 minutes. All right, I'm going to do some more Instagram for a bit. I'll go for about 10 more minutes. And that way you guys can do what you want to do anyway. But I'm going to stay live for about 10 more minutes. There's a little drone. And I'll watch stuff like this. This is why I get it. That was pretty funny. Did y'all see that? I don't care who you are. That was funny. We're going to watch it again. Look how pissed he looks when he comes up. That is a straight line EDC, one of his new knives, the Buster. This guy makes these knives in Italy. He used to be a designer at Viper Knives. The first exposure I had to him was a knife called the Mirror 2. I still have it. And then I bought Ernie was his first knife, the straight line Ernie and Alley. And now he's got, I think, 5 fixed blades. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, here's a gentle reminder that the moon's diameter is 3,475 kilometers. You could not have fucked this up more. That's funny. I don't care who you are. G-Motion got a badass Bowie and a badass Tanto Spanto. Couple of hinders. To anyone I fell out with last year, fuck you this year as well. See, I like that. Elizabeth Hurley was my #1 crush until she started hanging out with that slime ball. Yep, that's Billy Ray fucking Cyrus. I'd have no problem if she was with him. That's her son. That's her. Where's Billy Ray? Idiot. She's 60-something, people. Flissa USA. I have reviewed a couple of Flissa's big knives, like machete types, and I have chopped with those because I don't get them close to my my hands. I'm not going to cut a finger off with that. But they work pretty well for what they cost. I've never tried one of their folders. Fireboys Cutlery's family, Brother Scabs. Fuckology. This year, I'm going to tell more people to fuck off. See, I don't find that funny. Everyone wants to be liked and accepted except Gen Xers. Gen Xers don't give a shit. Daily Gear Guide. What's that say? Heaven gained another answer. Oh, family. Heaven gained another angel. Me in hell. Where's my fucking cat? I think that's funny. Every dead body on Mount Everest was once a highly motivated person, so maybe calm down a little bit. I mean, that's funny. Some guitar stuff from Brother Burnt Relic. Big Idea Design, Taylor Martin. I'll scroll right past that. Fuck dust. What is left after you are out of fucks to give? That's from Alive, I think. We've done this before. I know it drives y'all crazy. I'll get right back to it.
I'm trying to impress my Indian mother-in-law. This is what I got so far.
The dude is a human metronome. Anyway, that's Espa. I'll go follow this guy. This is the last person I'll tell you to follow. I'll tell you to fuck off, and we'll all go over to said faction in just a little while. We're going to go back to our homepage, see what else we got there. I agree with that. It's okay to be a little fucked up in the head. We all are. It's when you're fucked up in the heart that makes you a piece of shit. I agree. Oh, pew pew.
A new generation slingshot, carefully crafted by a Berlin arms factory, more accurate than a pistol, and legally ownable without any permits, compatible with steel balls, stones, or darts, and able to effortlessly hit any target within 200 meters without practice. This new style slingshot went viral as soon as...
That's probably shitty, but it looks cool. One day you're going to look back and wish you told more people to go fuck themselves. Stop worrying if people like you. They don't. Every morning when I wake up, I chant the same mantra. Fuck. What doesn't kill you makes you have to work longer. This too shall pass, but what the fuck? Prioritize your mental health. Start each day with a panic attack. You're doing your best, which is very hard to believe. Sure, everything is fucked, but at least I have my health, which is also fucked. Funny stuff. Doobie, they sent me some shit and wanted me to drink it on stream and pimp it. Not a fan. Big Idea Design Company. I do like them, even though I think Taylor Martin's involved with them somehow. I don't know how. Hey, read between the lines. Sometimes even the devil on my shoulder asks, what the fuck are you doing? Do they still worship its child? Well, I shit in a box and they clean it. Good, good. Cats are weird, guys. I know people either love or hate cats. And I used to not care until my daughter got her first cat, Tinkerbell. That's pretty funny. And then I watched them, and cats are a freaking trip. I mean, I can see how people don't like them. For example, if you like other animals, like squirrels and other critters, she brought a kitten in, and I don't think that's a cat. That's a regular cat. No, it's not a regular cat. That's pretty cool. But anyway, you're exactly where you're supposed to be because you make terrible decisions. I like these motivational posters that aren't really motivational. You're not the same person you were a year ago. You're even worse now. You're doing your best, which is embarrassing. I came, I saw, I felt awkward and left. Prioritize your mental health. Avoid people whenever possible. Do something nice for someone today. Leave them alone. Life is hard enough without your bullshit. That's funny. I don't care. I like it. All right, we're getting a bunch of ads now. There's Lancelot Leather or Snuzz Nuzz. Got some Forrest Hanks and Lancelot Leather gear. I switched wallets. I was carrying this Aswell wallet, and I jumped out on a wild side, and I had this wallet that was sent for me in a package of stuff from CountyCom. Is that the craziest thing you've ever seen? Doxed myself. Doxed. Nice. Yeah, the funny thing about Puck, the cat that's hanging with me now, is he wouldn't let me get anywhere near him. He wouldn't want anything to do with me. He'd come up on the porch. He'd show up about 8 o'clock. He's a kitten. He's still a kitten. He's just a big kitten. But I'd put a thing of that crappy cat food that comes in a big can out there. And he would go flat. His feet would go out to the side. He would lay in front of the plate and he would eat it like a Pac-Man. I've never seen a cat gobble one of those pucks of yucky food. So that's why I call him Puck. Well, I made the mistake of feeding Puck Sheba, which is a shredded cat food. And now when I give him a puck of food, which 4 weeks ago he was more than happy with, he looks at me like he hates me. So that's him New Year's Eve being sweet. What you don't see is he woke up like 30 minutes later and bit my leg. Sometimes hit the wrong button. Guys, we're at that time. Time to go to said faction. I was going to show y'all when I was trying to make a video what I deal with, because Puck now sleeps on my mat. If you notice embedded cat hair on my flag, you'll know why. It's because of this. But guys, I appreciate everybody coming out. I'm glad y'all were here for Jason. I'm glad Kyle, Shane, and Ryan blew me off, made me do this all by myself. I would still be here no matter what. But I do appreciate y'all. Channel members, Sunday at 4 o'clock, stop by. Leave the secret word, win something cool. Where the fuck is Puck? I was going to try to leave by showing you the picture, but here it is. So he's asleep on my mat, and he's very much, what do you call it? Possessive? He's very possessive. That's when I dropped a Microtech out of the cabinet. It actually fell out of the cabinet. It was a Hera 2 spear point, and it jabbed in my leg. That's just a work hazard now. But guys, I appreciate y'all. I love each and every one of you, and I realized I wasn't sharing the shit that I was just talking about. So that's freaking crazy. I'm going to share it real quick. There's a picture of Puck taking up my space where I can't do my recording because he'll bite me. And there's my ankle after I dropped the Microtech Hera double dagger or double edge. The dagger's got a jimping. This was a double edge into my ankle. You can see a nice little cut in my sock. It was beautiful. But guys, I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Do me a huge solid. Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts. And always, if possible, choose debate, not hate. See you guys at said faction. Peace.
Lights go dark, the stream comes on. Javon's here, the vibe is strong. Click and clack, the steel in sight. Every edge sharpened, Friday night. Night flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide.